shit a long way. Get the shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way. Rich, yeah. Gotta get the shit a long way. Get the shit a know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal, but she don't understand, man. She be tripping every day. She be tripping every way. But I gotta get the shit a long way. Tryna get money every single way. Tryna get money every single day. Get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid. Every day we gotta get paid. I'm feeling like we be the new slaves. No, we gotta finish rich. No, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand. She don't understand. Niggas gotta get rich. She don't understand. Sometimes we gotta hit lit. No, we ain't hit lit. Tryna get the long way. Tryna get the shit the long way. Coach is tryna wrap up a entree. Told you the other day that did my palm strong. We gon' shoot the long way. We gon' get the long way. Get the shit the long way. My bitch be tripping back and forth like a palm way. My name is Tari, I ain't playing games, so I'm done Tari. Yesterday she told me that she about to leave, man. I said fuck it, bitch, we gonna get some money. I said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I want to get some money. Cause we gon' get this shit the long way. We gon' get shit the long way. Back and forth like the palm way. Man, I'ma get this shit the long way. Get this shit the long way. Just the only way today. Because they go with shit's crazy. We gotta wear a mask. We the new slaves. And we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay. We gon' be okay. They gon' be okay. They gon' be okay. So we gon' get this shit the long way. 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 We get this shit the long way. Cause we gon' be okay. We gon' be okay. We gon' get the long way.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a late Q&A Sunday today. Had a few things to do today, so but I'm still getting it in as always. What's up, Amina? What's up, Aaron? What's going on? Welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is LJ Young. I am the founder of SMD. I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them mathematically see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where debt slaves live, okay? Now, there's two kinds of debt slaves: unconscious debt slaves and conscious debt slaves. Unconscious debt slaves can't see negative numbers psychologically, all right? If you believe you're a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage, open up the calculator, put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance, and hit equal. And as you're looking at your calculator, just listen to the sound of my voice. The reason why you believe you're a homeowner is because you can't see negative numbers. We know you can see them physically because you're looking at your calculator now. All right, that's the difference. Now there's conscious slaves. They now believe the calculator, which was me. I was in the debt matrix as a debt slave. Decided to believe the calculator once I came across Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey basically says, take the arithmetic that we all learned in elementary school, apply it to your finances using these baby steps. And that's what I did. Come to find out, it was only math. All I had to do was use arithmetic on my regular finances and I would win with money. And that's what I did. So after I got that information from Mr. Ramsey, I was like, well, wait a minute. If it's only math, what does religion have to do with it? Absolutely nothing. All right. Even in his baby step 4, where he says, when you get down, you pay off all your debt, get down to your mortgage, start putting away 15% away from retirement. But if you open up the calculator, put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal, you don't have 15% of anything to put anywhere. Okay. So I realized that now. SMD just breaks it down to straight basic arithmetic. All right. So the calculator is undeniable. It never lies. If you choose not to believe the calculator, that is your problem, nobody else's problem. Anyway, that is my gift. My gift is the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. That's my gift. All right. Obviously, millions of people do not know about this gift. This is obvious because if it was true, if millions of people could see negative numbers psychologically, car loan debt wouldn't exist. Student loan debt wouldn't exist. The housing market wouldn't exist. Credit card debt, that wouldn't exist. None of that stuff would exist. All right. So what I do is I help people get out of the debt matrix and free themselves. All right. And what that basically means is like you get out of debt. Once you get to zero, you own yourself. All right. And I didn't know this until I got to zero because I had been in debt all my life. I had been what you might call a high valued man, according to the debt matrix. 6-figure earner, college educated, nice car, nice house, go on vacations, blockety blah, 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 blah. That was me till I realized everything I was making payments on, that means I didn't own it. Hence the word payments. Payments mean that you didn't have the money to buy. That's why you're making payments. Now, once I realized that, that's when I realized I was a slave. Everything I was making payments to, I didn't own. So that means I didn't own anything in my life that I was looking around at. According to the people in the debt matrix that deem it success. But if you have a mortgage and car payments and cell phone payments, you don't own anything because you didn't have any money. Anyway, I'm here. Q&A Sundays is dedicated to people that may have questions, that have never heard of the debt matrix, have never heard of debt slave before. And maybe you're wandering around the debt matrix knowing that something's wrong, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And nobody around you can give the answers. Hell, you don't even know what question to ask. You just know no matter how much money you make, you're still living paycheck to paycheck and just can't figure out why. Every time you get raises, things should be getting easier, but they're not. You're always stressed, can't sleep, can't eat. You're barely getting any sleep because you're working ridiculous hours. You're stuck in traffic all the time. And then if you throw in kids and a family on top of that, how do you expect to keep a relationship? It doesn't make any sense. You're working 40 plus hours a week at your job, each of you barely see each other, and then you expect a relationship or marriage to work. It makes absolutely no sense, right? Just to keep up with the facade of looking like you have money, 2 car payments. You and your wife have nice cars, but the world doesn't know that you're making 2 car payments, right? You got a nice house, but they don't know that you're making a huge mortgage payment, probably a second subprime mortgage, FHA mortgage, something like that, right? And then you got student loan debt that's older than it all, right? Most of you guys think it's normal to have student loan debts older than your mortgage, but 9 times out of 10, if you got student loan debt, if your student loan debt is older than your mortgage, 9 times out of 10, you probably got an FHA mortgage. Subprime mortgages are designed for people like that, people with student loan debt, collections, stuff like that, right? Once the banks take a look at your personal credit report and clearly see that you don't understand how money works, because you clearly don't. If you walk into the bank asking for a 30-year mortgage with student loans older than your children, the bank is going to financially abuse you because they obviously know that you can't see negative numbers. Because if you could, you would know that it's 100% mathematically impossible to buy a house while having student loan debt. You can't do that. You can't even buy a house with a mortgage. The only way to buy a house is in cash. You got to have the money. You got to have to say the house is $400,000. You got to count out $400,000 to buy that house. But if you don't have the money, that means you get a mortgage. That's why you're making payments. Financial red flags are monthly payments. If you have so many due dates that you can't keep track of, you're a debt slave. The businesses know you couldn't possibly keep up with all those due dates of everything that's due. You're going to be late on 3 or 4 of them. Somebody's going to get some late fees. And you're going to think since it's only $5 or $10 or whatever their late fees are, you won't think it's a big deal, especially like in credit cards. Credit cards, you go over the limit or you're a late fee, man, they charge you like $50, $60, some crazy amount of number. And you probably think it's not a big deal, but it is a very big deal. Now, here's the link. We're only going to stay on as long as there are questions. I'm not going to stay on here for a couple hours and nobody's asking anything or trying to get out or whatever, right? It's totally, this is for you guys. This is the only time it's free. That's what I do. What I do is people that are ready to escape the debt matrix. I give them the blueprint, personal finances only. They're like, hey, LJ, well, how do I do it? I say, well, sign up and consultation, and then we'll get started. And I'll just write it all out mathematically on a piece of paper or in a Excel spreadsheet, or however it counts on how big your debt is. But I'll write it all out, and then you'll see exactly why I'm telling you to do what you need to do to be free, if you ever want to be free. Again, if you got if your student loans are older than your mortgage, you're doing it wrong. If your student loans are older than your car, you're doing it wrong. If your student loans are older than any other debt in your life, you are most definitely doing it wrong. What's up, Robert? So today's the day to get answers in a way that no other channel offers on YouTube, nowhere else on social media, Instagram, Facebook. Nobody's going to give you the answers. Nobody's going to give you the red pill. This is the red pill. This is the true red pill, financial red pill, and blue pill. And here it is. If you don't trust the calculator, you're taking the blue pill. If you trust the calculator, you're taking the red pill. That's it. Once you trust the calculator and take the red pill, your whole entire life is going to change forever. It's never going to be the same. You're never going to look at your friends are going to change. Your job is going to change. The people in your life are going to change, because you're going to realize the majority of people that you are around are debt slaves, just like you. If you want to check to see if your friends are just like you, see if each one of your friends, you got the latest iPhone. Okay. Ask any of your friends, did they pay cash for that iPhone? Hell, any new phone. I'm not just say iPhone, any new Samsung phone, they get a new one every single year or every couple years. You ask them, did you pay cash for that? 9 times out of 10, they did not. They finance phones. So if they're making payments on the phone and you're making payments on the phone, that means that tells you why you guys are friends. If each of you and all your friends got student loan debt for 10, 20, 30 years or whatever, that's why you guys are all friends. That's why you guys are stuck in traffic every day. That's why you're always stressed. Debt creates stress. Debt causes stress. You remove debt, you remove stress. The average time, anytime, like when you call up a friend, you're like, hey man, how's things going? They always say, oh man, I'm just stressed. That like it's just a default response. Oh, I'm just stressed. Well, you don't have to be. You don't have to be stressed. Stress, it's a choice. Like say, for example, you're one of those people that believe traffic is just, it is what it is. And you ain't got no choice but to be in traffic, right? One day when you're in traffic, I just want you to, some bad traffic too. I want you to look at the person to the left of you, to the right of you, and then look in your rear view mirror and see their face. All you guys' faces are looking the same, not realizing the very thing that you're in is what's causing you to be in traffic. You're in the thing that you're making payments on. That's why the reason why you're in traffic is you're making payments on the very thing that's putting you there in traffic every day. Car payments. Car payments put you in debt. So when you got car payments, you got a brand new phone that you're making payments on. I can only imagine how many credit card payments you got, to cable bill payments, washer and dryer payments, new remodel, taking out a second mortgage on the house, payments, just payments. The whole time you guys think you're owning it. Now I'm not talking negative about you, because that was me. I was all that. From the outside, it looked like LJ was making it. He drives a nice Lexus, lives in a fancy high-rise building, always dressed nice, blah, blah, up to my eyeballs in debt. But when you get out of the debt matrix, that's easy to see. What you guys don't really understand, you can't hide from people that can see. It's by the way you guys talk, the way you act, the way you talk about your job, how many hours you work, because it's almost like you guys, debt slaves have made it sound like a privilege to work a ridiculous amount of hours or have 2 and 3 jobs and all this other stuff. That's not true. I mean, oh man, I'm getting it in. What are you working? A 70-hour work week? Yeah, man, I'm getting in that overtime. You're not getting overtime. That's what you think. You're not getting anything. What's up, Willie? Salute to the chat. And LJ, I'm an ex-slave living in complete freedom since 2019. No mortgage, no car payments. The banks hate me. Freedom. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No, they don't hate you. The banks don't hate you, Willie. They just know, hey, they just know you're not a debt slave. They're just like, hey, he can obviously see negative numbers, so that's that. That's all. Banks are business. It's just business. You know, people think banks are big, bad, and evil. No, they're not. Wealthy people are not bad. Wealthy people are not holding anything back from you. The difference between you and the banks can see negative numbers psychologically. You can't. Basically, what I'm saying is this: the banks trust the calculator when it comes to money. Debt slaves do not. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to drop that like that. Like I said, we're only going to stay on as long as there are questions, and there's the link. Oh, gosh. Man, I am messing up every big time. Mic just fell. 1 second. I'm going to mute this while I get this. Actually, no, I'll just wait. Shit. I guess I got to get me one of these stands. I've been trying to avoid getting one of those mic stands where it actually holds the mic and all that stuff, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and do that soon. Sorry for all the noise. Here we go. Wow, this thing is not staying on. While I'm doing this, you guys should come up with some questions. If not, we're gonna go ahead and get off. Looks like I'm about to hold this thing, man. This is very irritating right now. Very irritating. I don't know why it's not screwing in there tight. All right. That's that. Any questions? You ever want to get out the debt matrix? Here's the answer. You ever want the red pill? This is the answer. No? Too nervous? LJ make you nervous? Don't get me wrong. I know it's a big red pill to swallow because when you guys get on YouTube, you guys always hear about the red pill, which you don't really understand. That's the debt. Those are debt slaves giving you the version of the red pill, what they've seen on movies. Every debt slave has their different definition of the red pill. They got the different, but you gotta realize who's giving you this information. Is it somebody with a finance cell phone in their hand talking about the red pill? Is it somebody with student loans older than the children talking about the red pill? Those are blue pill. They don't even own themselves. In order to own yourself, you have to pay off all your debt. Until that happens, you don't own yourself. And you're probably thinking, well, who owns me if I don't own myself? Log into like your Credit Karma or your Experian or something like that. Log into your online credit report agent site or whatever, and take a look at a list of all the businesses that own a piece of you. You are the stock. Not the stock market that all you guys can see, because you guys think you can invest in the stock market with money that doesn't exist in the negative. But what you don't realize is that you are the stock. The stock is not the stock market. I know you guys see the fancy graphs and tries to predict everything and all this other stuff. No, that's just a trick. That's what the majority of people investing in the stock market are indirectly investing the bank's money. You guys can't. You guys have no money to invest in anything. Hell, currency doesn't even exist for you. You are the stock. That's how they keep track of you guys. The credit reporting agencies. That's how they keep track of everything you guys do. You guys that are waiting for stuff to drop off your credit report in 7 years, all that other stuff. Boy, I tell you. Right. Different shades of blue. Sky blue, midnight blue, powder blue. Right. The blue pill is so many different colors. Hell, and let me give you another example. Debt slaves always have a different version of asset. A person with a mortgage will call the house an asset, and they have a mortgage. Debt slaves will call a car an asset in a minute. Oh man, I got a great deal, man. This is an asset. I can take this car and then I can do it for Uber. And you guys be making up all kinds of stuff. Oh my God. There's only one red pill and it's red. There's no different shades. It's red. But in the bigger scheme of things, the bigger grand scale of things, the majority of you must remain in the debt matrix. You must remain there because the economy could not exist without you. It could not exist. The economy could not exist. It needs you to believe that it takes 30 years to pay off a house. You guys must remain comfortable in walking on a car lot and financing one car for 7 years, 84 months. Finance a car for 84 months. That is 7 years. One car. What you guys don't know is when you guys do that, not only do you not have the money for the car, you don't have the money for the taxes. Yes, you guys finance taxes too at an interest rate. And you really believe Kelley Blue Book, the value of a car really applies to you. That's what you guys believe. It can't apply to you. Kelley Blue Book, the value of cars, that only applies to people who pay cash for cars, not people who finance cars. If you want to know the Kelley Blue Book of your car, open up your calculator, put in your car payment minus your car balance and hit equal. That's Kelley Blue Book value for you right there. Look at the calculator. That's your Kelley Blue Book. That's how much the car is worth for you. Mohammed says, I want your opinion, sir, on something. I want to do a project, but I don't have enough cash. If I'm 100% sure that this project will succeed, could I take a loan? Well, if you're talking, it sounds like you're talking business, Mohammed. I'm not against business loans. Okay, because you're saying words like project and stuff like that. Business loans is different than personal loans. That's different. So if you're getting a business loan, go right ahead. But if you're not at a personal debt, first you got to let me know if you're in personal. If you're not in personal debt, great. But like I said, if you're talking business loan, I'm not against business finances, not at all. Financing business. Willie says, there is no other channel like this one. You will not find it. I was looking for one for a long time until I found SMD. I love this channel. I'm here a lot. I just stay in the background. Yeah, and people I know, so crazy, Willie. I bet people believe I'm trying to brag when I say, hey, there's no other channel like this one. Think I'm just a big ego. No, it just is. It just is. I mean, it says, my friend financed a new car for $40,000. She asked about $100,000. She has about $100,000 in the bank. She decided to not pay it outright because she said she might need the money for some. Oh my goodness. Oh, just running the program. Wow. Had the money to buy the car, but instead she decided to finance the car and the taxes. Can you imagine the taxes on $40,000? She financed the taxes too. And she thinks that, like, she doesn't really understand. Let's just do it without taxes. She don't know 100,000 minus 40,000 is $60,000. She doesn't know that. So she thinks, so since she doesn't know that, she thinks since she financed the car, she thinks she still has $100,000 in the bank. By the time that car is done with taxes and interest and whatever fees the bank decides to throw in there, she now has $50,000 in the bank. And it's going less and less every single day because of interest. Because if she would have just went to the lot or wherever she bought this car, she would have paid $40,000 plus tax and been done. But now instead, she went $40,000 plus tax, financed the $40,000 and the tax, and put an interest rate on top of it. Man. Yeah, that's cool, Muhammad. Business loan is business loan. That's different. That's different. What's up, Gabriel? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's my opinion on that, Amina. I can only imagine what Amina's face looks like when she got friends telling her that this is what I did. Yeah, I had the money to buy it, but I decided to go ahead and do this. I don't know what you say to a friend. You just walk away, say nice car. Wow, great deal. I'm not in debt. It's a business loan about a unique idea for a new app trend. That's perfect then. Do your thing, Muhammad. That's perfect. I just want you to be out of personal debt because when you get on the business side of things, you're going to know the people that you're going to find over there on the business side of things. You're going to know right away who's in debt, who's a debt slave on the business side. And you're going to know not to do business with them. I mean, your friend is losing money. She needs to pay. Oh, yeah. She ain't going to do that, though. She's not going to do that. Her boyfriend advised, oh, yeah, I mean, you're going against feelings and love and all other stuff that goes along with it. He's an accountant in debt. Yep. Oh man, can you imagine? Imagine how many accountants out there that are doing people's finances, giving them financial advice, and they got student debt older than their business, and they're getting paid. People are paying them. People are paying these accountants, these tax advisors, and they got debt up into their eyeballs. She wants to build her credit. So she can go deeper in debt later. What's up, Zeke? How you doing? Boy, I don't know how you going. It's just not staying. I got to get a frame. I mean, I got to get a stand because this thing is not working. It just keeps falling. I don't know why it keeps falling. Sorry about that loud noise. Especially if you got it up loud. I'm trying to screw this thing in there really, really tight this time. All right. Yeah, sorry. This thing is just nuts. All right, let's try that again. All right. Right. You know, right now I'm more thinking like, you know what? You know, we need slaves. You know, we do. Again, the economy could not exist without them. You know, if you want to get along with, if you still want to have friends, and I don't know how long you can be friends with debt slaves, at least close friends, you know, when you see them making moves, digging themselves deeper in debt, talking about credit and all this other stuff, man. Keep calling people slave. I thought they shot you. No, it's the reason, like I said, the reason why I'm using debt slave, because you gotta look at the bigger picture, you guys. You gotta remember. When you say slaves, when you say slave by itself, you got to remember they have so many different definitions of slave. Color, you know, where you grew up, the history and all this. They just go back and that's just programming. Okay. When you say debt slaves, I know for a fact a debt slave has never heard of debt slave because they don't even know they're debt slave. They don't know that. I mean, yeah, we know that they're slaves. Okay, slave is, we know what definition of slave we're talking about, but I don't feel like explaining that to debt slaves. He has a credit card debt, student loan debt, and financed a car, and he's an accountant. He helped her pick that car out at the dealership. Huh? I just said congrats and kept it like that. You have to just keep it like that. Keep it at that. What's up, Sal's? What's going on? Zeke says, yo, man, I was listening to your show yesterday and was thinking about that 22-year-old with the 4 kids and wife and student loan debt. Man, he's still, he's young enough. He already has the knowledge. The 22, if you just read that article, he already has the knowledge. Somebody must have taught him, because he's really young, right? To save money, budget his money. I don't even like using budget anyway, because once you get out of debt, you won't have to budget your money, because you're going to always have money. And you won't, once you do what it takes to get out of debt, you will never spend money like you did before to get in debt. So you don't really ever have to budget, right? It's not those words, budget, hold back, all this other stuff. I just think they just use those words to scare debt slaves. Because soon as debt slaves hear budget, that's like kryptonite to them, right? Oh, you got to watch your money. You can't do this. Oh, man, fuck that. You only live once. You might as well just live. They start making up stuff and doing all this other crazy nonsense, and you just got to just ignore it. But you're like, hey, you're just in the debt matrix. It is what it is. It's just debt matrix stuff. Mohammed says, really, thank you, sir, for the amazing channel. I'm so lucky to find your unique channel and learn from it. I appreciate you, Mohammed. Thank you very much, man. And, I like with that question, that just tells me that, the difference between business debt and personal debt. You just make sure when you get your business set up, make sure it is in the business name, and it's not, none of that stuff is in your personal name. You go find you a lawyer or some person, that professional that knows how to set it up, and make sure that person is debt free. Okay. Because you won't have to explain a lot of stuff. Like right now, I wouldn't hire an accountant with student loan debt older than the business. I wouldn't hire a tax person with student loan older than the business. That doesn't make any sense. Sal says, USA said you are black or white. Oh yeah. Is this factor? Is that a factor or a big lie used for social and group control? Yeah, I just think, honestly, Sal, I just think it's stuff to keep debt slaves confused and in debt. They don't know where to go. They're not going to tell them the answer is owning themselves, right? You must own yourself. The economy of you, which is your personal finances, the economy of you will match the economy outside of you. That's how it works. Jordan says, I finally paid off my student loans of $21,000 during this forbearance. Congratulations. Congratulations. I have this channel and community to thank for helping to wake me up to the debt matrix, and I'm grateful for the knowledge. You are welcome, Jordan. Congratulations. And I'm happy to hear that you took advantage of this one time, never will happen again ever. And anybody even listening to this chat, this will never happen again. Where they pause interest, they will pause student loan payments along with interest. You see what it took. You see what it took for them to do it this time, a worldwide event. This will never happen again in any of our lifetime, ever. So congratulations for taking advantage of that, because it will never happen again. Right. You see what I'm saying, Amanda? You don't even really think about budgeting, like, ooh, I gotta watch. No, I just have money. You just have it. Because you're not spending money the way you used to. It's not like that anymore. You just don't do that. It's like, people will say, oh, are you a minimalist now? It's like, I mean, if you want to put a name on it, I guess, but I don't really, even saying minimalist, it just sounds like you're sacrificing every day or something. I don't know. I don't want people thinking that, because it's not like that. But the pressure from others is going to keep them stuck. White people have it bad with caring how other things. Honestly, it ain't got nothing to do with color. That's another trick. Like, money has something to do with color. It just doesn't. If you understand how SMD works, you got to understand no currency. Listen, No currency exists for slaves. None. Zero. Now, I'm gonna explain this to you the best way I can for those of you that are new to the channel. Even when you say, like, what do you mean no currency? No cryptocurrency, gold, silver, platinum, diamonds. None of that exists for you guys. Okay. So let me give you an example. Imagine you have 3 square pieces of paper. Okay. One you write on gold. Next one you write, no, one you write on $2,000, say $2,000 worth of gold. And then the second paper, $2,000 worth of silver. Then the third paper, $2,000 worth of cryptocurrency. And then the last one, let's say 4. And then the last one is $2,000 in cash. You just write it on a piece of paper because none of it exists anyway, right? All right, so let's take the first piece of paper with $2,000 in cash wrote on the piece of paper. Now I want you to open up your calculator, and we're going to use this as an example, okay? Because you guys all got student loans, so I'm gonna just use a nice round number. So say like you put $2,000 worth of gold minus in your calculator minus $50,000 in student loan debt and hit equal. All right, that's negative 48,000. Now let's swap the piece of paper with $2,000 in cash. Swap it with $2,000, the piece of paper with $2,000 gold on it, right? You swap it. Does the answer on the calculator doesn't change? It's still the same, still negative 48,000. Now let's $2,000, the piece of paper with $2,000 worth of silver wrote on it. Same thing, same answer. Swap the piece of paper for $2,000 worth of cryptocurrency. Same answer. Negative 48,000. No currency exists for debt slaves. So to sum it up, let me tell you guys this for you debt slaves to understand. Debt slaves, cryptocurrency would not exist without you. It couldn't exist without you. That's why they can make you believe inside of a currency that doesn't exist. You can't hold it. You can't touch it. You just believe what somebody's telling you on the internet, and you guys believe it. Without you, it couldn't exist. You guys all say the same thing. Oh man, I invest in cryptocurrency and then I'll get my profits and then I'll make it and then I'll take the profits, then I'll pay off my student loan. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you won't. No, you won't. Yeah, anybody can hop on, Zeke. You can hop on, man. There's a link anytime. Oh yeah, Gabriel. Next year is gonna be my year. I can feel it. I mean, it says, right, this was a once in a lifetime opportunity. No interest on student loans, extra $300 in unemployment and stimulus checks. Exactly. I put it all on. Exactly. You know what Amina did? She took the government's help to help her pay off her student loan debt. She used the money for its purpose that they gave it to her for. Here you go. Here, what you gonna do with it? They really wanted you to put it back into the economy, going buying some shit, but she took it and spent it and paid off her student loan debt. Thank you. Slaves are sick before the end of the year. There's the link if somebody want to jump on there. What you say, Sal? Sal says slaves feel like the Wu-Tang Clan Tims are on their neck. Nah, shun. You in deep debt. You in deep because you want to be, but that comes with a major cost and time. Yeah. One thing this is another thing since Sal's brought that up. When you are a debt slave, you got to understand you don't own the time in your life. That's why you don't know how valuable time is. Even though you know you're going to die one day, all humans die. Time should be the most valuable thing on earth to you. Time. Right now, time. But since you guys don't own your time, you don't know that. That's why you think it's okay to spend 20 and 30 years at one job. That's why you guys think it's okay to work 50, 60 hours a week and expect to raise a family and have a wonderful marriage and all this other crazy nonsense. How are you going to do that when you're not even there? You're at work. And then the majority of you, even though you guys work 50 and 60 hours a week, the majority of you guys bring your work home, answering emails, text messages. Oh man, I'll finish this up at home. Are they paying you? Then why are you finishing it up at home? If you can't finish your work at your job, that means they need to hire another person to help you do the job. You don't work double hours and get paid single pay. You just don't do that. Now I'm saying this as a college educated virtualization engineer I let my job, they didn't do anything to me. I let my job take advantage of my time. I let my jobs take advantage of my time. They didn't. The businesses are business. They're going to get the most out of you. You are part of the business as an employee. What's up, Zeke?
Hey, what's going on, LJ, man?
What's happening, man?
Man? Hey, man, I swear, man, every time I get on here, man, I just get nervous, man. I feel like I'm talking to the next big guy, man.
He said nervous. I'm still the same LJ, Zeke. I'm still the same LJ. Always will be.
Cool. Man, I really loved that show yesterday, cause it put a lot of perspective on things like you say about not attaching yourself to slaves and really like taking the time to vet people and not getting caught up in the flesh and all that stuff. So like what I was meaning when I was saying white people suffer from what other people think, it's kind of like I mean, I don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I know the debt matrix is the debt matrix, so it does. So right, you're right. Color doesn't matter, but just looking at the social programming and the conditioning that all of us, until we were awakened to it, I just feel that, and this is just my speculation. I just feel that even though he's 22, man, he's done. Like the 4 kids, the wife that, you know what I'm saying, kind of like has like this kind of like feminist kind of like mindset where it's like, because I remember one part, LJ, you said you and I'm gonna paraphrase it. Basically, it was when you got to the part in the article where it was like she was saying that she was complaining about her wage and his wage, right?
Mhm.
And so right immediately when you said that, I was like, oh no, he's got one of those. Like she
Yeah.
thinks she's kind of like she's and it's speculation. She may not be, you know what I'm saying, a feminist or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Like again, the world that we live in it's kind of like we're entering in this interesting society to where it's like there's kind of like this woman, like there's this hype that and not all women, but there is like a major push to like kind of push the genders against each other. And so it's like, for her to not have the basic understanding, you know what I'm saying, with such a guy, you know what I'm saying, it's already is and then for him, to be on the outside looking at that, because I've dated chicks like that and they're crazy and they're insane and you said it. I mean, there's no talking, there's none of that, but we're talking about a 22-year-old guy who's already, knee deep in the stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, even if he does get out, man, with child support and all that stuff. And you and the other brother yesterday, y'all went into it. It was a great show. It was a great show. Even when Atticus got on, it was just great. But it's just I'm 32 or whatever, and just thinking about all the hurdles, you know what I'm saying, as another young man that you have to get over, you know what I'm saying, unless you got, you know what I'm saying, some strong, like you gotta be strong in the mind, man, to really like look at yourself and say, damn, like I'm really losing right now, but I can win if I let it go. If you ain't got that, then you stuck. And I just feel uh on the outside looking into his life, you know what I'm saying? Like he has the potential to break it, but it's gonna take a lot of dig. It's gonna take a lot of soul searching,
Well,
bro.
he can win because he's
Hmm.
got time on his side. He's 22. If he wakes up, even though he has 4 kids, right?
Hmm.
If he wakes up, you gotta remember he's debt free. He sounds like he's totally debt free, right?
Right.
Okay. If he wakes up, he's gonna have to. Of course, he's gonna have to pay child support. You got to remember though, child support ain't nothing when you have no debt. That's easy. It's different. It's different being in debt because I know this personally. I made $100,000, and I was complaining about $1,000 a month for one kid. I was complaining, right? But But really, in real life, if I made $160,000 with no debt, $1,000 a month wouldn't be nothing to me. That wouldn't be nothing, right?
That is true. That is true. The fact that he does not have, or as far as we know, he doesn't have any debt. So,
Right.
I get your point. It's
And
just,
he's young enough; he might be able to get out of it because he's so young. He might be able to get out of not having to pay alimony and all this other crazy nonsense because
yeah,
he's young,
yeah,
right? Because
yeah,
if he
yeah.
waits about 10 years, they'll kick that alimony in on him, especially if she makes the less money and all this other stuff. He can cut his losses right now, but he's young. He doesn't know. He's not
I'm
going to
not.
cut his losses. He's not.
I'm not even gonna lie, man. I just think about, man, all the counters of men, the jobs that I done been on, dude, where it's like just about every black male, man, or even just, every male, but black male and black men in particular, us in particular, it's like every dude's been stuck, man. Every dude fell for the okey doke, man. And I'm here, man. I'm blessed to be where I'm
Well,
at.
even with that though,
Mm,
listen to this, Zeke. Even
mm,
with that, so you don't say you fell
mm.
for the okie doke. Now, you being debt free, would you involve yourself with a woman that's deep in debt right now? Would that happen to you?
No.
See what I'm saying? Because that's why. So there is no okie doke falling for you. You're gonna be like, oh, is that a finance phone in your hand? You making car payments? Yeah, we can't be together. Yeah, she gonna be like, why? I'm like, you making car payments. That's why. Everybody makes car payments. Yeah, all debt slaves do, and I don't date debt slaves.
Oh
See what I'm
God.
saying? There is no okie doke to fall for it because at 32, you're still young too. Believe it or not, Zeke. I know
Yeah.
society makes 30 sound like you're old, but it's not even close. All right, but you just that won't happen to you. It won't matter how good the sex is. You're gonna be like, you got $100,000 of student loan debt. Yeah, I bet you might not even want to have sex with her.
Koreans.
You know what I'm saying? Because you might not want to take that chance. You probably start thinking like, man, I'm gonna trust this manufacturer's
Man.
promise on this thin piece of plastic that it's gonna protect. No, I'm good. Because they don't promise you with condom. They don't promise 100% birth control protection. They don't even promise that on the box. You see what I'm saying?
I cringe when you say that, man, because that's true. It's like it make you think, want to go back inside.
Yeah. You should be like, "What you doing?" I'm just putting on 2 of them. I just do that. I've never seen nobody do that. Well, you were saying in your mind, well, I know that because most of those dudes are debt slaves. I'm not, no, because you don't want to be up in court. You're gonna be mad at yourself too if you're up in court because child support and she's
Oh
taking.
God,
Oh
yeah.
man, no.
Yeah, I see it. I see your viewpoint. I just know, man. I have other white friends, kind of like
Mhm.
that, still in the debt matrix, and though they're like practical smart, it's just kind of like and like I said, let me retract my statement. I don't mean to just make this about race, but I just understand, and I just understand the debt matrix, and it's kind of like, man, they have like, you think, man, they put a social stigma on black folks saying, crap, like crabs in the barrel, whatever. But that stigma it hurts everybody, and so it's like I just know
That is
that,
true.
man. I just know that, man, 4 kids, bruh. And if he got him a son or something like that, like,
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, and he's
Right.
got to walk away. And it's like them, man, I'm telling you, women like that are insane. Like, and they're knee deep in their own narcissism. And it's like they're insane. And it's like it's kind of like you kind of have to tote the line so that they don't, you don't mind up doing something to them, or them doing something to you. So it's
You
like
know,
I
I mean, if you got the, I mean, even if you're in a relationship like that and you feeling that type of energy that the person you're with could possibly, it's time to go.
yeah.
I wouldn't be with nobody that I felt like she could do something physically or ruin, just vindictive type stuff, ruin your finances, or just stuff that to ruin. Because there's people out there, you're in relationships and you break up, and that person want to ruin your life legally, financially. That's just mean. I just wouldn't be with a person like that.
And it, and not to like I said, and I think that's kind of why people would try to lump you into the manosphere, because it's like when you
Right.
when you take finances, right? Like
Hmm.
when you, like you said, when you become debt free, you look at everything different. And even just now, like the negative numbers thing, like, dude, like I be out and it's like I see that I look at like, all right, so I deliver water or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so I see the price tag on the water, but then I think to myself, okay, if our customers are in debt and they're buying the water, it's like it's like I see it's like negative 9.99 as an example, right? That's what I see.
Right.
And it's like, and I look at the people and I'm like, wow, like this negative LJ don't miss. He
I'd have messed you up. I'd have messed you up.
This negative numbers thing is real and it's scary. But it's
I mean, think about it. Water companies don't make water; they make plastic. Only God makes water, so they just sell it.
Right. That's right.
And what they really need to do is this. If they took which they'll never do. If they took a survey and tried to find out which race trusted math the most, that'll be the answer of which race has the most money.
Facts,
that's the easiest way to do it.
Right. We know that's the Jews.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is when I was in the debt matrix, they made it sound like Jew people were like special and stuff like that. No, they just trust that when it comes to money, they trust the calculator. That's it. That's it.
They're real. They're real practical. They're real.
Correct. They can see. They obviously Jewish people can obviously see negative numbers psychologically. That's obvious to me.
Yeah.
It's just good. That's all it is. That's all. But my plan is to, when you're right, when they try to lump me into the manosphere and all this, hey, man, nope, I'm in the SMD sphere. That's where I'm at.
Well, no, what I meant by that is
no, not you. I'm just saying other people have tried. Trust me.
But what I'll say from my perspective, because I came into you from Ramil or whatever, but the whole thing, no, I came to you from O'Shea Duke Jackson. But anyway, my point, when you look at your finances, man, it's like that's kind of like the basis for everything. So it's kind of like once you get that right, you do naturally change up everything from your relationships to your friendships to all the whole nine.
Can you tell me this? What does the manosphere even mean? What does that mean?
Okay. Let me crack my knuckles. Clear my throat.
I'm curious. What does that mean?
All right. So philosophically, right? There's not many spaces for certain individuals to like discuss ideals, right? So I'm thinking that the manosphere is a place that gives certain guys that space to share certain ideals and philosophies. It's kind of like you and I, right? It's like we're comparing notes. We're like I'm talking to you on my opinion on the 22-year-old guy. And so, you understand, you have more understanding on how he can win the situation overall. But me, just me being on the outside, I'm like, okay, this is how I feel. And so I'm thinking, and so us doing that is discussing philosophy and ideologies. So I think that's kind of what the manosphere, I think that's what they're trying to hit on. But I think where it goes left is they screw up with generalization instead of just sticking to just the theory. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just stuck with theory, the manosphere would actually be a great place. And so I'm thinking the manosphere now is just a band of men that are kind of like struggling. And I for the longest, man, I lumped myself in there too. But I only stick with theory. I love logic, and I just like listening to. I like trying to gain understanding from different sources. So,
Well, see, that's what I'm saying, Zeke. Whenever anybody if I ask this question and somebody from that sphere comes over and tries to explain the manosphere to me, the first thing I'm gonna ask them, you got student loan debt?
Yeah.
You making car payments? And yeah. Well, I'm not listening to a word you're saying. You're a debt slave.
Yeah, because I mean the validation, because like I said, that's why the channel, man, that's why the SMD, man, the whole your whole ship over here, man, is gonna go somewhere
Oh, it has to.
because
Have you noticed this, though, Zeke? Have you noticed this? When I'm
yeah,
on panels, you notice people don't fuck with me.
not at all.
They're scared. They're scared to click the link.
Not at all.
Man, they're scared to click the link. Hey, man, anybody want? Nope, they sure don't.
But over on the members only side, you've even said you've said that you've been practicing.
I do. I learned from debt slaves. I learned, like, when I go on those channels, I learn if I get mad, that means I need to work on something, right?
Yeah.
Because they're unconscious debt slaves. I don't have no reason to get mad at. They don't know, right? So I shouldn't be getting mad at them because they don't know. Even though they get angry and say mean stuff to me, I don't really care. That's just an outcry from that they don't know. That's all. But
Yeah.
you notice they don't click that link. They don't jump on that panel because I'll shred them.
No, and even just way back in the gap when you did that show with Ramil, like everybody had their opinions, but nobody could and even Fantastic. I remember he kind of was like the theory behind him explaining how he was doing his house, like I can understand it.
Who, Mr. Fantastic?
You remember he was saying that he had you remember he was talking about he had a loan or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that episode. Okay, yeah.
And I'm paraphrasing because it was so long ago. But I'm just saying I understand like his plan on paper, right? But mathematically, it's still a loss.
Mr. Fantastic's in the debt matrix, right? He's got a VA mortgage. VA mortgages are for slaves. All right, that's plain and simple. It is, but he doesn't know that, right? And it's just mathematical. I'm not saying because millions of people have VA mortgages, so I'm not just really picking on him. It just is what it is. Like, hey, no money down, VA, no money down. Wait a minute. If there's only one way to buy a house, and that's cash, and you coming in and think you buy a house with no money, come on, man. Come on.
You're not buying a house.
You're not buying anything.
And you know what? Man, listen, the banks are so like crafty, right?
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Okay, I'll take that back. They're not crafty,
They're
but
not crafty.
The debt. All right, so the debt matrix is like the programming is interesting because like, all right, so my Chase, I bank through Chase, right? And so not to toot my own horn, but I'm doing pretty good on my end. So it's like Chase.
No, say that proudly, man. Don't worry about sugarcoating it. Just say what it is because you hold back because of debt slaves. All right, people at SMD, we're proud of you to say something like that. Okay.
Okay. They're trying to. Well, they're not trying to, but they have. When I check my credit report or whatever, they have the finance thing on there highlighted in beautiful colors, and it's like buy a car of $40,000, and I'm like, how can I buy it if you're giving me the $40,000 to get it?
Exactly. But they're basically saying if you don't know that, that's your problem.
That's cold.
That's cold-blooded. But you got to remember too, though, if they don't have I always try to say this because slaves don't know this, right? If they don't have the money for the car, they don't have the money for the taxes. They're financing taxes too. They don't know they're financing taxes.
Yeah, you remember I was telling you the first time I spoke with you, man. I went through that with an ex-fiance of mine, and I'll never finance a car ever again.
Oh, I did it several times. I financed many cars throughout my lifetime and thought I was coming up. Every time I would get a better and better and better car, would cost more and more money. And I thought as soon as I drive off the lot, I thought I was just something. I wasn't nothing.
And you know what, LJ, man, when I be driving now, man, them new tags. Man,
I see them all over the place, huh?
Yeah, I say, man, there's so many new slaves.
Like everybody got money. In one of the worst times in history, everybody got brand new cars. Buying. Hey, listen. Financing 2022s and 2021. So check this out. So by the time January of 2022 comes, they will have 30,000 miles on their 2022.
And then the car's value is already out of the.
Oh, it's done. They're putting miles on the car before the year of the car. That's bananas. So when they run the Blue Book, say like this. Say like they decide to run the Blue Book value on their car on January 1st, 2022. It's going to ask them what kind of car, what model, and then it's going to ask the mileage. And then they're going to say 30,000 miles. They're going to be like, whoa, this ain't worth nothing. Because you're supposed to have 0 come January 1st, 0 miles.
Yeah.
Crazy. They just do them good, man. They do them good. Yeah, we need slaves, though. We need them.
And it's like, I kind of, going back to my bank app, right? I kind of wish I could, not saying that I would fall prey to it, but it's annoying, right? Because it's like every time I log into the Chase app, it's right there. And it's like
you're kind of staticky. I don't know. If you moving around, you're getting some static.
How about now?
Okay, now you're good.
Okay, I'm on a really cheap headset, so I'm about to jump off, man.
So far, so good though. You just as soon as you started moving, but other than that, you sounded really good.
Okay. I just wish I had an option on the Chase app to where I could kind of like decline the ads, because I know that's kind of like the terms and policies that you agree to be on the app. But I hate the fact that it's like right there, and it doesn't mess with me, but I just think about all the other people that it could possibly entice them, and I just say, man, it's just interesting.
Yeah, that's why I don't really use my bank. I don't use bank apps on my phone. I don't do that. I just don't have that much trust in it. I'll wait till I get to my computer if I need to do something like that. But I don't want them, like, it's sort of like Credit Karma. Why Credit Karma is free, because they're always pushing credit cards down their throat. Have you noticed that? You log into your Credit Karma, they're always trying to get them to say, hey, you qualify for this great card and this and that. That's why it's free.
Never logged into Credit Karma.
Oh, no. I mean, I've done it in a while, but it's free. I mean, I do that. That's how I get clients' information. It's easy to get it that way. But when you log in there, man, they're always trying to push credit cards down your throat. Hey, you qualify for a car loan. Okay.
Man, the last thing I'm gonna holler at you about, bro, and I'm gonna hop off, man. Look, the day one your book goes live. Day one, I'm getting it, and I want your insignia. Now, I don't know, you know what that is.
I do,
but I want your insignia. I want SMD, that's in the right corner. I want it on the book. I want that sucker. That sucker is gonna be worth some millions.
It is, man. It is. I can tell already. It is. It is. It's just, man, I'm excited. It's all in my brain. I'm just got to get it out on paper. That's it.
Because it's like they're literally, OJ. There's literally, you said this in the community videos too. There's literally no one on YouTube that has ever gone this deep with the debt matrix. To even know that there even is a debt matrix, is just profound.
And what's crazy, you know what's even more crazy? They don't even know I'm here, even though I'm here.
And that's why I was telling you, man.
You can point a debt plate to this channel. They won't even know they won't know what I'm talking about, Zeke. They will have no idea what I'm talking about.
And that's why I was telling you, I was saying that other night, man, I believe in you, G. Like this is definitely going somewhere.
I mean, and you know what? No matter how big I get, I will be always humbled knowing that I've helped you and people like you, and just to hear your stories, because I know where you guys can take it now with this information. Now you guys can do whatever you want. Whatever Zeke decides to do, whatever that is, you're going to be able to do it because you own yourself.
Yeah, it's it's definitely deep, man. Being out of the debt matrix and watching it, I feel for those who don't understand it,
right?
But I
feel for them too. You're like, let me tell you something. The other day I was dropping off a package at UPS, right? Mm-hmm. And when you drop off a package that's I already printed out the label for it, and I dropped it off at UPS, right? and they usually give me a receipt for dropping it. They say, you want a receipt? Well, now they took the other day I dropped it off. They was about to give me the receipt, but they peeled off the sticker part of the receipt and stuck it on this ad piece of paper instead of just handing it to me. They stuck it on a piece of paper with a whole bunch of ads on the paper.
What?
They try to sell me more stuff, you know. Hey, go here. You like this? You want to buy that? It's like, man, you guys find every single way. They find the opportunities. What opportunities are they missing to advertise to you? And then they find it. It's sort of like the TV screens when you stand in line at the grocery store now. They got
even the commercials,
yeah.
like at the job, right? So they'll like, all right, so they'll have like the it's retarded. It'll be some retarded product, but it'll be like just goofy stuff going on. And I'll stand there with my coffee and I'll be like, what's the point?
I know, right? What do you, I don't get, it's like, are these commercials made for 6-year-olds? Who are you selling to? Kids or adults? I don't get it. Because if you really look at commercials, I swear they look like they're made for children.
LJ, you remember the one, I'm remembering one in particular, like this ain't at work, but it's the one that goes 800 877 cash now. 877 cash
now. That's embarrassing, man. I'm like, you ain't talking to me singing that stupid ass fucking song. You are not talking to me. I know you're not talking to me. 877 cash now. I'm like, oh my God. You know what another stupid one is? What's that one car commercial where the black lady's in it? Like she's selling a car and then she's shooting money out of this money machine, or the machine has is a talking money machine. Like,
I thought you was talking about the general, but I don't
know. No, not the general. It's the black lady. The whole thing is in like green and white. It's a car. You can be approved now for our money approval machine or something like that. I'm like, what? And then they're swimming in money shooting everywhere, and then they're laying on the ground like they're making snow angels in money. You ever see that commercial?
Oh my God! But you know what I immediately think about?
Drive time commercial. LJ,
do you know what I immediately think about though?
What?
I think about the other show that you had where you were talking about negative dollars.
You mean just actually printing them, you mean?
Yeah. Like, what if all that money, like, is green, but the banks, like you said, the banks see negative numbers.
Right.
So it's like they know that the money that they're selling on their commercial is negative for their consumer.
Correct.
So it's like, when you said that, I was like, that's the negative dollars.
That's the negative dollars. That like back to that drive time commercial. She was like, "Hey, you can 99% of people can be approved." What are you talking about? 99% of people. What are you talking about? You're not making any sense at all. And then they bring a dog in it, and the dog's barking. I'm like, what the fuck? What you got a dog in the commercial for? What you trying to tell me, a car or a dog?
LJ, Drive Time is trying to compete with Carfax. I mean,
right.
car.
Yes, I know you're talking about that where they deliver the car.
Well, not Carvana, but
not Carvana.
CarMax. CarMax, I think.
CarMax. Oh yeah.
Because here in Texas, it's like especially in the Dallas area,
they are huge.
They're huge,
like football fields of cars.
And CarMax, but Drive Time is trying to compete with them, right? So it's like when you said they're 99, because I haven't seen the Drive Time commercial, but I know the dealership. They're used. They're the used dealership, and they hook a lot of the and not to bring it to race, but it'd be like a lot of Mexicans that here it'll be a lot of Mexicans that have their cars.
Well,
automatically approved.
CarMax is favored towards debt slaves. That's why their car lots are so big, because they're favored. Because one time I saw they got a big one down here in South Carolina. So I decided I drove up there. I just want to see how they doing it, right? So I parked in the car, like, because you can't just walk on the lot and look at cars. You got to go through their maze of shit. So first I walked in, they direct you. They got somebody standing right at the door. As soon as you walk in, hey, how may I help you? We're direct you to the da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh no.
Like you're in Tron.
I'm not a slave. I'm just coming in here and look to see how you guys are reeling in these slaves, man. I want to see how you guys are doing it. That's all. I want to see how you guys are doing it.
You walked in with your armor, huh?
Well, you gotta remember, they can't see me. They just thought I was a regular black dude, that regular black debt slave. That's all they thought. They thought I was coming in to finance one of their high-priced cars. No, I'm just coming to see how you guys doing it. That's all.
You had your shield and sword the whole time.
Oh yeah, it's invisible. They don't know. I'm like, you will never see me do that. You will never ever see that happen. What's the hyphy saying? Prescription commercials show Ross Clot happy, enjoying their happy. Oh yeah, enjoying their happy lives. They need a medical prescription to enjoy the. Have you seen those medical commercials?
Man, I don't even watch TV, man. I don't even have.
Man, I don't either, man. But they got so many medicine commercials out there, and it's just like Happy saying.
Hold on, LJ, you talking about the ones that they like? All right, so if something's wrong with X, right, but the medicine to make A, B, and C go wrong, like those kind of commercials.
Well, they make them. Then you can't even pronounce the names of the medicines.
Yeah.
You can't even. This is what you got to do. Just mute all medicine commercials that come on TV. Just mute them and try to figure out what this medicine is for that they're trying to sell you. You'll never guess it. Never guess it.
It's like, all right, so let's say you're having liver problems, right? You take the medicines for liver problems, right? But then but then the medicine says, "Oh, we'll make your stomach explode," or the side effects is your depression or low sperm count. It's like it's showing a happy family.
But you don't hear all that if they're running through the grass or playing at the park or running their dog, walking the dog, and going on boat rides. You're not listening to what they're saying the side effects are. It's like, why is somebody at an amusement park? Why are you talking about some kind of cancerous something in my body?
Especially it's going to make your stomach explode as a side effect.
And you notice how they try to say it really, really fast too? It's like, what? Oh, okay. Got it. You don't want us to hear what you're saying, the side effects. You're just doing it according to the law, because the law didn't say what speed you could tell debt slaves. You could just say it really fast.
Wow. Wow. I never thought about it like that. Because essentially they're selling you a product that still is gonna hurt you in the end. So that is illegal on the front end. But I never thought about that.
Well, if you don't know that in order to be healthy, you got to take care of yourself. You can't eat bad food all the time. That's your problem. You didn't know you didn't know you can't eat pizzas and cupcakes and
that's gangster though.
Yeah, every single day and fast food and thought something bad wasn't going to happen. Come on, man. You cannot not know that.
But that's so gangster though, because it is a choice, but it's like
whose fault is it though, Z? Whose fault is that? You can pause and take a breath. You know it's their fault. It's their own fault.
Because I was once there.
Yeah, I was there. I know not to go to McDonald's every day. I know that.
And oh God, they're packed every day, and people know McDonald's is trash.
Every day. And look how long McDonald's been around. They still have commercials everywhere. And they're known. I've been knowing McDonald's since I was a kid. I think McDonald's was the first fast food place I knew of when I was growing up. McDonald's.
And LJ, they here in Texas, that the McDonald's is like next level. It's like, man, they got the computer screen. Like before you even hit the drive-thru, it's like it's like the line is like it's like you think it's a Chick-fil-A, but it's McDonald's.
Man, I drove up to the McDonald's around the corner from my house. I swear it felt like I was ordering from a 60-inch LCD screen.
Yes, bingo, yes.
Oh my God. I was like, this is nice. God damn. Wow. They can make that hamburger look so. I'm like, my hamburger has never looked like that. Ever. When I got a Big Mac, you see how beautiful they make those Big Macs look on the computer screen?
It'd be sloppy.
I've never seen a Big Mac look like that, ever. My I just want to go, hey man, how come my quarter pounder with cheese don't look like that picture screen that you guys had when I drove up? It doesn't look like that.
It's always sloppy.
Every sloppy stuff. I'm like, whoa. But hey, but if you look at like every day I go by Chick-fil-A, Lines around the corner.
Yeah, both lines.
Both lines, exactly.
Yeah.
Both. Chick-fil-A got like 3 lines packed. That's bread. If I had enough money, I'm buying me a Chick-fil-A. Buying me one of those bad boys. Believe that.
And Starbucks too.
Yeah, Starbucks too.
For coffee.
For coffee. And that's just started in Seattle, where I'm from. Starbucks is huge in Seattle. They're huge everywhere, but they're really everywhere in Seattle. $5, $6 for 1 cup of coffee. That's a cheap one.
And then check this out. Starbucks here, like at a Kroger's, right? Or a Tom Thumb. They'll have the grocery store, but then they'll have the Starbucks inside the grocery store.
Yes, they
and so
do.
it's like it's like I just marvel at the business model. I'm like, so they come in, get a loaf of bread, and then can get a Starbucks coffee.
Yes, I'm waiting till they set up a Starbucks. They're probably working out this deal in the background right now with Tesla, setting up a Starbucks at every charging station. At every Tesla charge. Can you imagine whoever lands that contract? Oh, I know they're in the background fighting, licking their chops for that contract. Set up a Starbucks at every charging station. You are going to be making bread. Bread. If I owned a grocery store, I'll put, hey, Elon, yeah, you can set up a charging station in my parking lot. You sure can? Yes, you can.
You just say, Elon, you can have me. Just take me.
Yep, charging station right here, right? Hey, right here, you come in here, you get $5 off of this, whatever to get them in the store. It don't matter. But Starbucks, I know they're licking their chops to get that contract. Believe that. You lock yourself in for like 10 years, man, guaranteed bread.
And I just think like, wow, like who came up with the idea to put Starbucks in a grocery store? Like
the wealthy did. They know they can see negative numbers. They know if they already convinced people that it's okay to spend $6, $7 on a cup of coffee, you got enough money to put them anywhere you want, anywhere.
It ain't nothing but a big milkshake. It ain't even coffee. It's just a milkshake.
It's just a bunch of stuff in there. I mean, and then you walk into Starbucks, you see how much they charge for like a donut or a cookie, or I'm like, hell no, I absolutely refuse to pay that much for a donut. Are you crazy? I'm not. No.
I've never had Starbucks coffee. I've always kind of like thought that it was kind of like I guess you would think that it's better quality, but I was always good with just the old fashioned filter and beans and doing it myself.
Well, it's more, you know what it is? It's more than just the coffee. It's like it's where you meet. Sometimes I would meet people at Starbucks because they always create a nice environment to just sit and chill and have a meeting, right? And then you just order coffee, right? Because you're just meeting. But they have fast internet.
Right.
It's a nice place to chill and talk some business or whatever, right? They just make it like that, which is a brilliant idea. It's absolutely brilliant. And that's how they do it. They're going to do the same thing at charging stations if they get that contract. They're probably begging Elon right now, begging him.
So that's charging stations you're talking about for the electric car at Tesla,
correct?
Right?
Yeah, okay. For Teslas.
I'm not on Teslas. I know about Elon and as far as his space thing, but right. I really don't keep up with the electric the car thing. And I have seen those stations. Like I was thinking, how does that work? Like you just park your car and you just put the gas or electronic thing.
Yeah, they got to pay for that. Their credit cards are already in there, and they just drive up, plug up, and they charge up, and they got to pay. But they got to wait.
So it's not free?
No, it's not free. It's not free. They got to pay for that. And they finance the Tesla on top of that. They think they're saving money on gas. They're making interest payments, they're making payments, and they're paying for the electricity. And the most important one of all, the most important part, they're waiting 45 minutes to an hour to charge their car.
Now that I think about that, LJ, you did say that you said that in another one of your shows, you did say that the owners of the Teslas, they have the charge stations at their house, so that makes sense.
The person that pays cash for a Tesla.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't wait. Would you wait at say like there was a gas station that charges 50 cents a gallon, right, for gasoline, right? But they said it's going to take you an hour to fill your tank, though. Would you go there?
No.
Exactly. But it's okay. It doesn't bother them to wait an hour to recharge their car. Are you crazy? I'm not sitting there no place for an hour because you can't do nothing. You got to wait. You have no choice.
And then you lose the time. Like you have to sit there, lose your money, and then the time is
too. And you know what's so brilliant about Elon though, man? He can charge people. He can upgrade a car with a push of a button. Like when say for this example like this, I believe like the self-driving. If you buy a Tesla, it doesn't automatically come with the self-driving mode. You got to pay for that, right? That's just a download. So you got to drop whatever $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, whatever it costs to put self-driving, and then they just push a button and upload it to your car, and it's engaged.
Man, that sound like the movie Sixth Sense, man. I mean, I knew about Tesla. I mean, you see him on the road, but I guess I might have to look into their stuff because I didn't know. Like I mean, I just saw a car, it's got the T on there. It's like, oh, okay, but no wonder why people are getting those vehicles.
Oh, he's brilliant though. Elon Musk, hands down. He changed the game, made a fast electric car. That car beats Ferraris, Porsches.
What?
Yeah. The new Tesla Plaid, it can get to 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
But a Ferrari, though?
Yes. It gets zero. A Tesla Plaid goes to 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
I'm going to have to look at this, man.
There's not many. Go just type in Tesla versus whatever, right? Whatever you want a car, you're going to want to see the Tesla race, the Tesla Plaid race on YouTube. Just type in whatever car you think. Tesla versus Ferrari, Tesla versus Porsche. You will see it. That car will leave it like it's a Honda Accord. Now,
a Ferrari?
Can you imagine? Yeah. Can you imagine you spending all that money on that kind of car and then you get left by an electric car?
Yeah, because Ferrari's what, like $250,000, right? Or half.
Well, it counts on. They got different models of Ferraris too, though. So I don't, it could be different models. But what I'm just saying, 2 seconds, 0 to 60, 2 seconds.
The horse, Ferrari. Or no, that's not. That's another car.
No, the horse is the Ferrari. That
okay,
horse, yeah, that is Ferrari.
Tesla can beat Ferrari.
Yeah, I don't know I'm not saying every single model of Ferrari.
But just period.
Period. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Just YouTube it. You could see all the cars that the Tesla Plaid beats. Just YouTube it.
And what is the Tesla Plaid? Like, what is that? Is that
it's
like
the
the
top,
high end?
It's the top. It's the top model sedan that's out. But Elon got a faster car than that coming out. It's a 2-seater. This is supposed to be faster than the Tesla Plaid. I don't know how much faster you can go. If you can go to 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, how much faster can you go?
Back to the Future fast, I guess.
Hell yeah. I'm thinking if the Tesla Plaid goes 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, how fast is this new car, this 2-seater car that's going to be coming out from Elon? How fast does that go? 1.6 seconds in 0 to 60 in 1.6 seconds?
What a time to be alive, man.
It's a wonderful time to be alive, for real. Elon Musk is proving that. Jeff Bezos is proving that. It's unlimited, man. We can all make millions and billions of dollars. It's They're showing us that they can do it. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they're not special. They're not anybody special. They're not anything. They're just human.
And you know what? You bring up Jeff Bezos, and it's kind of like I'm months away from starting my own trucking business or whatever.
Okay.
I can't wait to partner with Amazon. Because they're always consistent work, and it won't be doing nothing but just shuttling trailers, but just the consistency that the customer base from Amazon, since it's worldwide, it's like I'm automatically gonna jump off the porch making money and being a success because there's not enough truckers to cover Amazon's demand. So it's like to
I thought
help.
Amazon had their own trucks anyway.
They do, as far as the like the Amazon Prime delivery trucks, but I mean like tractor trailer. Like I'm talking about because I'm a trucker or whatever. I'm talking about moving their semi trailers from warehouse to warehouse, or even just third party vendors moving stuff from their vendors to their warehouses or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, that's a smart move.
Yeah.
Now, is this something that you really want to do? Why are you choosing trucking? What's your point in doing that?
Oh well. I'm a trucker right now. I work for a company right now, and so it's just to jump into some type of entrepreneurship.
Is that something now? Is that something you love? What would you love to be doing that wouldn't feel like work?
Okay, I get it. I get your context now.
Yeah.
All right.
Curious.
All right. So
I'm not saying not get into trucking, whatever you want to do. I'm just curious of what would you love to do that wouldn't feel like work?
Right now, LJ, I love I'm not that good at it, but I love playing chess, right? So I would love to become like a really good chess hustler and try and play against like grandmasters or whatever.
Okay.
But as far as the driving thing, like driving, it's not, to be honest with you, I know why you asked. Driving is not something that I'm just in love with, but I do love being on the open road and seeing the countryside. And I do a lot of my meditation while I'm at work.
I understand. All right.
And so I'll be behind the wheel, and I'll just just my life would be right before me, and my I'm paying attention while I'm driving, by the way. But I'm just
I know
saying,
exactly what you mean. You're probably on autopilot and just just enjoying everything. I get it. No, man, do it because because I did engineering, virtualization engineering. I didn't love it. I liked it. I had a good career and made good money, but this is what I love right here. This is what I love, right? SMD is what I love. I will do this until I'm dead.
And when you do this, it's kind of like the debt slaves will say like I can't wait to retire or whatever. But this is kind of like you can't retire for something that is something that is purposeful, and something like this, like it would actually sound like it would hurt you to retire to doing some to retire from doing
See, I don't ever want to retire ever. See, you see how debt slaves, they just, oh man, I can't wait to retire. Like retirement is really an age. Retirement is not an age. Retirement is any age you wish. But if you're waiting, oh, I got 5 more years. I got 4 more. You're counting down because you want to leave where you're at today. I never want to retire from doing this ever. That's why I asked you that question. I want you to find the same thing. I mean, you're young still. Do the trucking. Sound like it's going to bring you some bread, because delivery is the future. Okay. I mean, delivery of everything is the future. So you're getting in the right field, but you got to remember, Elon's working on electric self-driving trucks.
Yeah.
He's working on that.
Yeah. I was talking to a good friend of mine who I'm going to be partnering with, and we were having a discussion about that. They already have the technology, I think, over in Norway or something like that, over in Europe or whatever. But the thing about it is now just level with me here. No one is above evolution, but I'm just thinking that over here in the West, in the States, there's going to be a lot of legal pushback from self-driving cars. Now, maybe for Uber, maybe something like on the low end like that, they'll let it ride. But trucking is, I want to say, at least, man, we at least, in my opinion, I think I'm 32. I want to say maybe 62 is when the trucking industry may get gutted out, because
I mean, when you turn 62?
Yeah, I think I'm thinking the trucking industry will be safe for at least another 20 to 30 years.
Oh no, I think you got like 15 or under.
For real?
Yeah, it's all a prediction. I don't know, but these trucks are already in testing mode. Elon said it. They already did it.
That's true. That's true, LJ. I don't mean to cut you off because I actually look at this stuff too.
Yeah.
They're only allowing 2D travel. Like there's only 2D. So with trucking, when a truck gets on site, it has to back into the trailer and it has to dock and all that stuff. And so technology, I believe, to do that, I just believe, and it's irrational, right? But I hope, I won't even say I just hope that by the time technology really catches up with the trucking industry, I'll be long gone.
Well, put it this way. See.
Yeah.
Do you see how they pushing 5G so fast? There's a purpose for that. It's now just like the military. They have drones and they have these little boxes that the people sit in to do the drone. Like they got these boxes set up to where they can drive the drone. It's not going to be any different. They just get these people to sit in a particular place with high-powered internet access hookups, and then they can drive these things from these boxes. They don't have to go anywhere. They can. Domino's is already doing it. They're delivering pizzas.
That's what games like. Have you ever played Flight Simulator and all those games?
Yeah, stuff like that's the same thing. Now it's just going to be real. That's all. It's just going to be real.
Oh God!
You'll be able to. Soon people will be able to drive the car from home. You can go pick up somebody sitting at home. You don't even have to get in the car anymore. You just drive it from your house or something. As I'm sure you got to have some kind of strong connection because it can't just break.
Yo, we're going into like demolition. Have you ever seen that movie Demolition Man?
Years ago. Yeah.
We're literally like fast-paced driving into that world. Like that's scary. Like
evolution, and the wealthy people, they know nothing can stop evolution. Nothing will stop it. The laws won't. You got enough money, the laws change. That's why they pay when they go to these political dinners, and they be like, "Oh, to go here is $20,000 a plate for a plate of food. $20,000 is more than that."
And that's why they be charging. That's why those campaign things be so. Oh God!
Correct. Right. That's the legal way of saying, "Hey, here's some money.
I want something.
I need you to, I need
oh
you to do something."
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh God! I'm behind.
It's a campaign. It's a campaign donation. Okay, I get it. I don't care how they disguise it. I understand the rules. I get it. I totally get it. I know why you're doing it. It just is what it is. Whatever. I don't have. Who are you going to listen to? Somebody with billions of dollars or somebody making student loan payments? Oh no, excuse me. Better yet, somebody begging for student loan forgiveness. They're going to Mars, man. You think they're worried about what's going on? They're going to Mars, baby. You making car payments and they're going to Mars. Who do you think they're going to listen to?
But that's just like in Demolition Man, where the rich forced all the underlings or the undesirable people to the underground, and it's like they were I remember that scene where they robbed the Taco Bell. And it's like that's exactly the world we're headed to. Wow.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. I gotta go back and watch it, man. I ain't seen that movie.
Demolition Man, like I retain a lot of stuff, and so like I just think back to like just even like the police scene where it's like they don't even have guns, and they was telling Wesley Snipes to stop, and the dude was like, stop.
Oh yeah, I forgot Wesley was in there with that blonde hair. That's right. I forgot about that. Okay, I forgot. He was the villain in that. That's right.
Yay.
He's the bad guy. That's right. I forgot. That's a good. No, wait. No. It's with Wesley Snipes was with Sylvester Stallone. Dread.
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone, and that's still the same movie. Well, not the same movie, but that is where Demolition Man. Sylvester Stallone was in that movie because he had that real gorgeous lady.
Oh, see, I got to look back because I remember the movie Dread.
Judge Dredd, yeah.
Judge Dredd, yeah, and I know Wesley was in that one.
Yeah, but no, Wesley Snipes, you got it right. Wesley Snipes, he had that gold, the because
Blonde hair.
he was cryogenically frozen, and Sylvester Stallone was cryogenically frozen. No,
Gotcha.
it's right. It was that was right. But
Not,
I just think about. I don't mean to cut you off. It's
no,
just
go ahead.
when you said that they're going to Mars, it's
Mhm.
literally like in Demolition Man, how they like the rich was like forced. Well, they didn't force, but
Mm-hmm.
the the section of people who couldn't, the section of people who were behind, right? Like we like I can't go pay $20,000 to have a political anything. So it's like it's just profound. Like that's kind of like related, it's relatable how they were forced to live underground, and they had, in order for them to eat, they had to come up and rob like a Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, I watched I rewatched a Matt Damon movie the other day. It was called Asylum or Isylum or something like that. It begins with an E.
mm-hmm.
And if you rewatched that movie, man. If you watch with your debt-free eyes, man, you're like, wow, we ain't that far from it.
Say that again. I may watch that movie tonight, because I've been like I have a pretty good collection of deep movies, and so I may have to add this one to.
This one's called.
I'm not there yet. Hold on. I'm not there yet.
Here,
Right.
I'll paste it. I'm gonna paste it in the stream so you can see, because I know I'm not pronouncing it right, but it's a really good movie.
I'll get it later.
And they made this one back in 2013. Right there, I just put it up there.
Okay.
Now go and watch that movie. As a debt-free person, watch that movie. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
It's just at this point, man, it's like,
yeah, just, you know what? Just be happy that you got a seat in the stadium and you get to watch it now. You're not in the middle of the arena anymore where all the debt slaves are at. Now you have a seat. Now you get to watch.
Just let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. What do you think will happen even to us, even just kind of us, even though we're monetarily like, and I won't speak for everybody. I don't, let me not say us. All right. So take me, for instance. I'm not monetarily stout enough to survive like this Mad Max kind of like scenario that the wealthy can institute, right? So it's kind of like, where do we like, I'm sorry, where do like, I think like,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're trying to say.
Like, where can I like kind of like, okay, like I don't want to be with the slaves, but I can't be with the wealthy. It's like, where do I go? Like,
well, you hurry up and become wealthy ASAP. You just got to hurry up and do what you're going to do, man. And you got time. You're 32. You got time. You just got to hurry up. That's all. We're just getting it kind of late. Unfortunately, like the wealthy, this information, the ability to see negative numbers psychologically, is passed down through the family. This is just an automatic. Like, think, for example, Z, when you have kids, you're going to naturally teach your kids this. That's not an option. It's not good. You're not going to forget to tell them. You're going to tell them this information. And it's just going to move on.
My parents never told me about negative numbers.
Me neither. My parents didn't tell me. They didn't, and I don't blame my parents because they didn't know. They still don't know today.
But I do remember in school. I do remember in third grade, the integers. The integers. No, we had integers. So it's like they had like in our math books, we had a chapter for negative numbers. So I remember. I remember like 100% that negative numbers are real. So it's like, man.
Oh, I remember the number graph above the chalkboard in my school. I remember that number graph. 0 was in the middle. Negative numbers was on the left in red. Positive numbers was on the right in green. I remember that. I just forgot when I became grown about the number chart. Totally forgot.
It's right. It's been right there the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. The whole time. And honestly, I'm 51. I'm glad that I know. I'm just happy that I know. For people like us, you got to remember, everybody's human. Wealthy people are human too. They're going to die too, just like debt slaves. So there got to be people here that understand how money works for this to keep going. You couldn't let debt slaves run amok untamed, right? They don't know that they're just running around. They don't know that they're doing that. So the people that understand money keep them in a particular type of cage, the debt matrix, just like the movie, the Star Trek. You remember the Borg?
No, I wasn't into Star Trek.
Oh yeah, I was into Star Trek. Anyway, the Borg, just like this big, their ship was a big square box that flew through space, but all the Borg was in there, and they were controlled by this one main Borg woman, right? It's the same thing.
But don't the wealthy need the? I don't.
Yes, the wealthy need the slaves. Yes, that's true. Yes, it could not work without slaves.
Oh man, it's just deep.
The wealthy know that they need the debt slaves. The debt slaves don't know that they need the wealthy. They don't know that. They just think the wealthy are lucky, they're evil, they're hoarding money and all this other stuff. The wealthy, they say you can come on over here too, but you must have the ability to see negative numbers. You got to know that there's numbers on the left side of the zero too.
And
on the right.
I be telling dudes at work, right, whenever we have our like political summits, when we're talking, and I already know that that's a part of that makes too, but just hear me out. Like I'll be telling people, I'm like, yo, like if they raise taxes, like that's gonna immediately affect your paycheck. Like they're not like our company that we work for is gonna pass all those taxes to us, and it's like y'all are praising tax increases, thinking that, and I get it, the taxes do help build wealth. I'm just saying to the guy, I just be telling these guys, I be telling them like, yo, like wealthy don't pay taxes, like they avoid taxes. So it's like they, you have to pay. Well, you don't have to, but it's kind of like, well, you do have to, because the IRS takes
yeah, but not the same way as debt slaves. Tax evasion is illegal. Tax avoidance is legal. So when people say, "Oh man, raise the taxes on the rich," who do you think gonna pay them taxes? They're just gonna take them taxes and pass it on to you. The wealthy create the product. So if they get increased taxes, they're just gonna up the price of the products. Debt slaves are gonna pay that.
That's why
all you want.
And that's why Amazon gets like the tax breaks. Like that's why they get, like, I want to say a couple of years ago they were trying to run a smear campaign on Jeff, saying that he doesn't pay his fair share. And I'm like, I already knew off top. It's like he creates jobs, so that's why.
Right. Like when I was in Seattle, they had this big article talking about Amazon made some crazy amount of money and they paid no taxes. Right. They put that. Now debt slaves don't know to stop and think. They're like, wait a minute. Why would Amazon openly tell the world that they're not paying taxes? That would be tax evasion. So obviously it's not tax evasion. That means they're doing something that you're not doing. Because you can't just say, hey, I'm not going to pay any taxes and just be okay and just don't pay taxes and that'll be it. No, they're paying taxes, but not the same as debt slaves. Taxes are bad for debt slaves. Taxes are good for people that understand money. Taxes help you build wealth.
Man, I ain't gonna take up too much of your time, brother LJ. Man, I appreciate you for having me on, man. It was a good convo, man. I really, like, as you're speaking, like I'm saying, I'm just amazed, like, at the system. Like it's just man, like
it's amazing.
It's beautiful, but it's like it's a let me get my words right. It's a self, in my opinion, it's gonna eat, in my opinion, it's gonna eat all of us. So it's like, I get it. Like the slaves, they're the ones that they're chop suey. They go over the cliff first. But it's like, I just think, like, man,
it's only gonna eat those that don't trust the calculator. That's it.
Don't trust mathematics.
If you trust mathematics, the system's for you. If you don't, it's against you. That's it. Whoever designed this, it's like a Picasso painting. It's a masterpiece. Somebody sat down a family or somebody. They said, hey, let's write this out. And they did it. And it's a masterpiece. 100% respect to whoever designed it. Now I know why you can go to prison for tax evasion. Now I get it. I totally get it. Because you don't have to do tax evasion. Because you don't have to.
Why do you keep creating things to talk about? And that's why last year, man. No, I don't think last year. I think in the beginning of the year, man, I paid off my last IRS tax debt. Like I had like $3,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I took that money, man, and it was so difficult to get the full balance. Like one lady told me this amount, one person told me that amount. So the next person, I was like, just give me everything. I don't even care if it's $10,000. Just tell me how much I need to pay. And she was like $3,000. She was like $3,150 if I want to be safe. I said I will pay that. And I paid it, and I got the little letter from the IRS saying that
it's paid.
It's paid off. They took the money from they allocated it to all the other years.
Got
but just to prove what you were just saying, man, like that's what it is, man.
Yeah, just don't. You know what? All you gotta do is the IRS agents are the referees. They're no different than the referees of a football game,
right?
Okay, they're just here to make sure you follow the rules. Just follow the rules. If you follow the rules, you don't have to worry about the IRS agents because you're following the rules. That's it. You won't even see them. Just like when you're watching a football game, you don't even see the referees, really. You're not even paying attention to them until something goes wrong, and then you notice them. Oh, he's right there with the flag. But other than that, you don't even see him.
LJ, you said the IRS, they throw a penalty flag. It was 15 years in the penalty.
Yeah. Instead of 15-yard penalty, you get a 15-year penalty. You don't want to see that flag come throwing at you. You're going to be like, oh, crap. You can be automatically raising your hand. Oh, it was me. It was me. Oh, no. Especially if they have to come get you. And you know, so crazy. This is what's really crazy, right? And I don't know if they require all our IRS agents to be debt free. It would be smart that they did if they did do that. Anyway, they know if you could teach all IRS agents the ability to see negative numbers, debt slaves would not have a chance when cheating on their tax. They wouldn't even have a chance. No chance at all. They're knocking on your door because they already know the answer. They just want to see if you're going to lie about it.
So that is so you know, oh my God, LJ, how are you doing this? So all right, so like you'll be driving, right? And they'll have here in Texas, they'll have billboards with the lawyers talking about if you're in tax debt, I can help you fight it. It's like, are they lying, or are they like, because the lawyers can't necessarily change?
No,
because all right, so if you broke the tax law, you broke the tax law. So
correct.
That's why the IRS is on your back anyway.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what I'm thinking to myself, like, what can the lawyer really do? Like,
they just there to try to help you stay out of jail, stay out of prison.
But they don't help you pay off the.
No, they don't. Actually, you're gonna be spending more because you got to. What's the lawyer gonna do? Change the laws of mathematics?
That's what I mean. Like, that's what I mean. Like,
exactly. They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. They already know that the IRS already know that you cheated. And they'll know if you just messed up on your taxes or are you doing tax evasion. There's a difference, because if you just messed up on your taxes, they can run the numbers and clearly see that you just messed up. You put something here, you didn't supposed to put it there, blah, blah, blah. But if you're doing straight up tax evasion, the math is not going to add up. It's not. And there's nothing you can do about it. And they're just going to see how far you're going to lie before they pull the rug from under you and say, hey, okay, well, you better get a lawyer because you're about to go to prison.
And I'm thinking back to even how I even got into tax debt. I think it was during those it was like during 2016 and 17 when Obamacare became a thing, and I didn't have health coverage, so I had penalties and all that stuff. But I just think, LJ, I just think about like is the lawyer just getting more money out of the slave? Because like you just said, they can't change the laws of mathematics. So it's like, but the advertisement will make you believe or perceive that the lawyer is gonna slap the IRS, slap them upside the head. And
we're gonna hold back the IRS. You're not holding back nothing. You're not doing anything. Stop lying to them. You're not doing nothing. You're just a middleman. In the middle, maybe it's a better way for the IRS to negotiate through you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're terrified. They're terrified. So they're gonna think some lawyer's gonna do something for them. And it's, I get it. If they're a lawyer that does that, that's just business. Ain't nothing personal. It's just business.
But that's
It's just business. It's nothing personal. If you don't know that, that's your problem. You're gonna pay this lawyer to file the paperwork or do whatever they do to hold the IRS back for a little while or whatever. It don't make no difference. You still got to pay the money.
you pay the IRS. You still owe the IRS, and you got to pay the lawyer to do all that.
Now you're paying the IRS and the lawyer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
God.
just, and you know what, Z? It's just business. Nothing personal.
But that's so cold.
They doing it to themselves. They doing it to themselves. You can't just, hey, the IRS says, hey, you owe us taxes, and you don't have no answers. You can't just say, I didn't know, or you can't do that. You have to come with some mathematical facts. You have to.
So let me ask you this. I don't know how, man. You're man. You are, man, dude. You are like on some next level type stuff. This is why, man. When you be posting those deep messages, man, that just pierce to my soul, man. I always have to say something, G, because it's like you're speaking on a frequency, man, on a thought that I've already had, and it's like I'm like, man, I'm not crazy, but. My last thing is, so you said earlier, delivery is the future.
Mm-hmm.
So where does that leave all the Uber drivers, the ride sharing people that, you know what I'm saying? Like they're,
what do you mean? Where does that leave them? What do you mean?
Tax wise, because I imagine that they, you still have to pay taxes.
Yeah, they got to pay their own taxes. They're responsible for their own taxes. What they should do if they were smart, but they don't know to do this, all they got to do is hire a tax person who is debt free. And you go to the tax person and say, hey, I work for Uber. I do 1099 everywhere I do delivery jobs. I need you to watch my shit. That's all. And then the tax person or the accountant who is debt free, they will know exactly what to do. You just follow what they say and you'll never be in tax trouble. But 9 times out of 10, the people that are doing delivery jobs, what are they? Debt slaves. They've always had W-2 jobs where the job always take care of the taxes for them. Now they're responsible for the taxes themselves. And they already believe taxes are the reason why they can't get ahead. Taxes are too high. You hear debt slaves talk about this every single day. They don't think it has anything to do with the car payments, cell phone payments, student loan payments. They don't think it has nothing. So what are they going to do? Not pay their taxes. They're going to make a killing off of penalties and fees. They're going to make a killing off of that. Because a lot of people with delivery jobs, they think, oh, I'm small. They won't pay attention to me. And it's not like the IRS don't give you some playroom. They give you about a good 3 years to play around. Like if you got switched over from a W-2 to 1099, they just don't automate. That would be cold to not really understand that you are going to mess up when you come from W-2 to 1099. You're going to mess up. But you just can't go on the rest of your life believing you don't have to pay taxes. That's a problem. But knock on your door about 3 years later. Hey, check this out. Yeah, you've been working for Uber and rideshare for the last 3 years and you ain't paid shit. You can't do that. Where's the money? And they know if they're knocking on the door, they know you don't have it because they have full access to your whole financial life. They know you don't have it.
So then they're like double. They're like a double slave.
They're going to set up a payment plan. And most of them people, they'll be paying that shit for years with interest. Can you imagine paying taxes and penalties with interest for like 10 years? Oh, man. And you say like you owe money to the IRS and you have student loan debt. Ooh, woo. Kicking a slave while it's down, kicking them, chains rattling, just pouring food on them. You don't even, hey, you want some food? Don't even put it in that mouth. Just pour it all over them. Just treat them like low down, dirty slaves.
Like throwing pie in their face.
Yeah. You hungry? You want this pie? And just smash it in their face. Eat it, slave. Eat it. Well, it fell on the ground. It's kind of dirty. That's your problem. Eat it.
What a time to be alive, man.
And you know what they asked for? More, please. More punishment.
What a time to be alive.
What, isn't it a wonderful time? It's a wonderful time to be alive. Wonderful. This is we're in the pinnacle of a brand new economy shift. Brand new. And the starting line is 0. If you get to 0 right now, you got probably 20. You should have 2020. You should have got to 0. If you didn't, you got 2021. Okay, didn't 2022. But after about 23, 25, you better get started. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you better hurry up.
Wow. Thank you for having me, brother, man. I ain't gonna talk on too much of time because it's like it seems like every other stanza, man, you're getting something else out of me, man. I want to go back and sit down.
Man, I thank you for sharing the story, man. I thank you for your comments because I see you comment on the things, man, and when it really hits you, man. And that's why I put that kind of stuff over there on the members only side, because I know you guys will understand that deep stuff. You know what I'm saying? You guys will get it. I don't really say that. I don't really post that stuff on the free side because I'll just be wasting my breath.
Yeah, cause like I said, man, like I even remember, man, like like on one of your videos, man, like it just like I was driving, I just paused, and I just thought on that just one phrase, like just one phrase you said, and I was just like, wow, like this is the world that I've been living in the whole time.
And you're 32, man. Congratulations, man. 32. That's the pinnacle time. That's just like the right time to have this knowledge. And you're just gonna explode, man. That's multi-millionaire status, baby. That's it. True wealth, owning the time in your life. That's the true wealth, owning the time in your life. That's true wealth. No stress. Because you got to remember, stress ages you.
Facts.
When you have no debt, you have no stress. Now you're going to look younger. You're going to look happier, less wrinkles on your face, less bags, because you ain't going to be stressing over nothing.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm about to go sit back down.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. I appreciate you jumping on, man, as always, man. And no matter how big I get, SMD big it gets, man, I'm going to still be the same dude because it's going to be the same answer. I'm not going to have to change anything. I'll never have to update my skills ever because math will be the same until I'm dead.
Wow, man. All right, I'm back in the back now.
All right, man. Thank you, Zeke. Very much appreciated, man. All right. Well, what's going on? I know this is a later than normal Q&A Sundays, but I always got to keep my word. Keep my word, because I believe it or not, I like when you guys, man, you going live today? That's an honor to be. For people that want me to go live. So any more questions before we get off here? It's 9:18 here. Oh, that's why it's not. Okay, got it. Any more questions, especially if you're new in the background? You want to live in a whole different dimension of finance? This is a different dimension. Okay. I always say this. I know it sounds like some kind of sci-fi movie, something or other, but you got to remember, everything I say, I can prove. And I always tell people that with my gift, right? My gift is the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. With my gift, I'm the only one of the rare people with a gift that can actually prove their gift. Most people can't really explain their gift. They can just do something remarkable or whatever and just do it with no explanation of how they do it. I can actually show you my gift with numbers. Right? Anything. Why do you believe that, Linnell? Pull out the calculator so you can see this or see that. I will be doing this until I'm dead. I don't care how big I get. I don't care when it goes global. When I'm traveling around the world, I'll still be the same LJ. And I want you guys all to see before it happens, the only reason why I will be worldwide known, well, debt slaves can't really see me, because I trust a calculator. That's it. I'm not special. I don't have some ridiculous IQ. I didn't go to Harvard. I wasn't born with smart parents. I trust a calculator, and the majority don't. That's it. Now, mark my words. They're going to be comparing me to like Einstein, Mr. Buffett, just crazy stuff about finances. And I'm just telling you guys now, before it happens, it's because I trust a calculator. That's it. That's it. That's it. You are very welcome. Thank you, Omanike. See, Omanike's hard SMD family member. Believe that. I can only imagine the way Omanike must look at debt slaves when they speak. When they start slave explaining, I can only imagine Omanike's face. Now, we got to be quiet in public when we hear slave explaining, but when you're at work, there got to be tons of slave explaining everywhere. Everywhere. That's why I had to leave. After I got debt free, I worked for one more year at my job and I couldn't take it. Debt slaves coming to work every day talking about they just bought a house, they just bought a car. Everybody, all their friends in the building go outside and go look at their brand new finance car, how they just remodeled the house, took out a second mortgage. Talk about 2 mortgages on one single house and think it's okay. I mean, people think about it. Debt slaves talk about 2 mortgages like it's nothing. Oh yeah, I got a second mortgage and I did this and that. Wait a minute. You can't go up to them and say, wait a minute. The reason why you had the first mortgage, because you didn't have the money to buy the house. That's why you have the first mortgage. So in other words, you got 2 mortgages to do something to the house that it just doesn't even make any sense. But they think it's normal. Only debt slaves have 2 mortgages on one house. Here's another one. This is another one debt slaves always do. And they always talk about this at work. They will have a mortgage on their house, their current house, their personal house, okay? They'll take out a second mortgage and take that money and put a down payment on a rental property. That's what they think. So they think, and then they take that money and put it down on a rental property, which makes them have a third mortgage. And then they put a renter in the property and they really believe the renter is paying the mortgage for them. They got 3 mortgages and they think they're making a profit. You go from 1 mortgage to 3 mortgage and think because you put a renter in the property, come on, slaves, you got to stop it. The banks are taking advantage of your non-ability to see negative numbers. That's legal. Banks are not evil and mean. That's not true. That's not true. Banks are not doing anything to you. They're not tricking you in the paperwork. I mean, when you go say like you go finance a car, you see that thick ass stack of paperwork, they can put anything in that thick ass stack of paperwork that they want. Why? Because you're a debt slave. You don't know that you should not be financing a depreciating object with interest. Only debt slaves do that. You think the blue book value of a car applies to you? No, it doesn't, debt slave. That applies to cash buyers. Like I said earlier, you want to know the Kelly Blue Book on your car right now? If you're listening to me and you're making car payments, I can help you determine the Blue Book value in your car right now. Open up your calculator, put in your car payment minus your car balance and hit equal. That's the Blue Book value on your car for you. Don't worry about Kelly Blue Book. That has nothing to do with you. That's your Kelly Blue Book. That's your Blue Book value. Very welcome. It's sad hearing family members talk the slaves. Yeah, it's hard to hear family members slave slaining. And if you're new to the channel and you don't know what slave splaining is, Slave-splaining is this: statements that make no mathematical sense, CENTS. When you make a statement, like say, for example, you call yourself a homeowner and you have a mortgage, that's called slave-splaining, because that doesn't make any mathematical sense. You're not, no more, you can't buy a house with a mortgage. You can't do that. That's not true. The bank bought the house for you, and you're going to pay them back every penny, and then they'll give you the house. I don't want you walking around slave-splaining. There are people like me. It's not many of us, okay? It's not many of us that understand how it works. But if you're walking around slave-splaining, you're slave-splaining in front of a person that understands, they're going to know you're a slave. Next thing you know, you're going to get distance from that person, because you can't, a person that understands how money works, you can't hang around slaves. You can't do that. Because you guys say so much stuff that makes no sense. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Cryptocurrency, investing in the stock market. You guys think you're coming up on, it's just ridiculous. You guys just be talking, but one thing you guys don't understand, you guys all say the same thing. Oh, use other people's money, OPM. Everybody know you use other people's money. Slaves. You don't have any money, that you have no choice but to use other people's money. Debt slaves. You ain't got no choice. You know what other people's money, what it really means? AKA, that's the bank's money, debt slaves. You don't have a choice but to use OPM. You have no money. You're debt slaves. People like me, we can hear your chains rattling from a mile away when you're coming with your deals or your scams. You know, we can see you. Your chains are so loud, dragging on the ground, talking about you got money. When you get in and out of your nice cars, what you guys can't see, you guys got scratches all over the doors and on the floor panels because your chains are rattling in and out of the car. Now, these are phantom scratches. You guys can't see them, but we can. Every time you go open your door, your metal cuffs are hitting your paint. Car's always dirty because your chains are bringing in dirt from the ground. You guys don't know that? And you know what's crazy, Omanike? Do you know debt slaves refinance cars? And I've seen this on social media. I saw a person refinancing a car and said it on their Facebook and thought they got a better deal at the end of the month. Oh, I'm saving money. They refinance. You refinance a car, they are laughing. As soon as you walk out of the place, they are laughing. You got your Gucci on. You guys got the chains around your Gucci and your red bottoms and chains. Every time you finance something, that's a link in your chain. So if you got a brand new iPhone you're making payments on, that's a link in your chain. Your car, that's a link. Gap insurance, that's a link. Multiple credit cards, each one of your credit cards, that's a link in your chain. Those are all links. You finance your wash and dryer, that's a link. You guys are adding the links to your chain, and the more links you add, the louder you are dragging them along the cement. Pretty soon you won't be able to have a passenger in your car. You're gonna have to pick up all your chains and put them in the passenger seat. Somebody's gonna say, "Hey man, can I roll with you?" No, man, you gotta get in the back. Why? My chains are filling up the front seat. I gotta put them somewhere. If I put them on the floor of the car, they might get caught up under the brake pedal. I won't be able to step on the brakes. Go to step on the gas and you got chains up under the gas pedal, you won't be able to accelerate. Yes, they are. They're making cling and clanging and scraping. They used to, when they're brand new links, they're pretty black, right? But by the time they're done, they're silver from all scraping on all of the cement. If you guys could hear the change, you would know. Ooh, they do you dirty. Ooh, they do you guys so dirty. Oof. I mean, no, let me stop. You guys do yourselves so dirty. You do yourself so dirty. Oh, slaves. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. I used to be a debt slave. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, you know, here I'm this college educated, smart engineer, smart guy, and didn't even know how to apply arithmetic to my own personal finances. That's a damn shame. A damn shame. Mm, mm, mm. And you know what? This is another thing too, real quick. You guys that didn't go to college, you got people that went to college trying to down you. You're not college educated like me. You guys that didn't go to college, you're more free than the people that went to college. What's up, Omanike?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not here to talk about that other thing until it happens. You know what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
Okay.
But
Okay.
okay, because that didn't happen yet. But
All right.
we're all family, and I feel like this is confession hour. I feel really bad about my two cousins because I love them. They're like my sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't listen to me, man. I mean, they go to places like Martha's Vineyard. They're making a lot of money, like, you were at your job, hoity toity. Well,
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to listen. They know about Dave Ramsey. They don't listen to me. I'm the baby cousin. So
Mm.
anyway, you know my upcoming predicament.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm planning a trip next year because I'm gonna be debt free, right?
Nice. Nice. You already know where you're going and everything?
Greece.
Oh, that's one of my spots. That's on my list.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So of course you know me, I'm gonna pay it all cash, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did I do? I invited them to come.
Okay. All right.
They don't got no money. They're gonna finance it, man.
Are they still going but financing?
Yeah, they gonna go. They don't care. But I
Hey.
feel bad.
You feel bad.
I feel bad.
You better not go on that trip feeling bad for them. You're gonna ruin your trip.
Oh, I'm going on my trip.
No, I'm saying don't go on your trip feeling bad for them because they went on the same trip. You're gonna ruin your own trip.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't even think about that. That's their problem. That's
Hey,
their problem.
yo, but this is the thing. I was talking to my cousin today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to hear back from some financial whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to refinance the house again.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear me say again?
Mm-hmm.
She's been in this house for over 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I couldn't say anything, man.
Well, that's how they're gonna go on the vacation because they're gonna refinance the house.
Man.
People will get a credit card to go on vacation.
Look,
Mm.
I told her about Dave Ramsey. She don't want to listen. They want to do what they want to do. But
They're at, and you said and you're the baby and they're older.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they definitely ain't gonna listen to you.
Exactly. And mind you, so-called baby. You know how old I am? I'm 52. Come on. And I'm the so-called baby. You see what I'm saying?
But to them, you always be the baby to them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And one is 61, the other one is 65. Come on,
Ooh,
man.
yeah, if they
Exactly.
hey, I'm sorry to say, Monique, if they haven't learned by now, they're not gonna know.
Well, yeah, one of my cousins, she was like, well, I'm already in debt. That's what she said about herself.
Mm.
She's in debt, and she knows it, she owns it, and
she accepts it basically.
Yeah, both of them.
Mm,
The siblings. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. You got to,
So,
you know what? You can't even think about that no more because if they're in their 60s, they don't know. You just got to accept that they're not going to ever know.
you know what I think it is, man? They know because one of them had Dave Ramsey book just stored away in the house, never read it. It's about the work, LJ. People might know about it, but they're not willing to do the work required to be free.
Well, of course, no. You got to put it. You're right. They got to put in the work, and a lot of people are just not going to put in the work. They're just not going to do it because they're going to think
Right.
about how long it takes them to get out of debt and all this other stuff, and they're just not going to do it.
Well, I also want to say the longer you wait to get out of debt and the more debt you have, the more radical you have to be
Mm-hmm.
in order to get out of debt. And we'll talk about it, after I'm done.
Right. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. You're gonna just
Woo,
mm,
woo, woo. Yeah.
man. How long you plan on staying in Greece?
I just told them I'm doing the whole extension, 16 days.
Okay, that's 2 weeks, right? That's over two
Yeah,
weeks. You're good. Good. I'm
2 weeks.
I was gonna say 2 weeks minimum.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going. It's a tour.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
That's that. Yeah, they have tours,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 14 days, but then it's 2 days extension to Athens because I want to go to the little islands like there's
Oh,
Crete and there's Centauri
yeah, yeah. I know what
and
you're
there's
talking about.
another one.
I want to do
Yeah.
all that. I want to do all that. I want to go to Greece. Greece is on my list. Is this your first time out of the country?
Oh no, man, I'm a veteran. Nah,
Oh,
nah, 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 nah. I was
okay.
in the military. I was in
Gotcha.
Germany, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, France. Went to
Oh,
French
wow.
place.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I never been to Greece.
Gotcha.
So, you know, and my cousins, they want to travel too. So,
I remember I went to Cuba and
mm,
they had, since the embargo, I remember I went to Cuba. They had cars there still running since the embargo back in the 70s or 60s or whatever. And I
mm-hmm,
was thinking, how do you guys still have these American cars? Like when they really open that up,
mm-hmm.
car people are going to have a Fiesta because they got some classic cars there that would amaze me that they still have running classic
Well,
American cars.
don't be amazed because when you don't have a lot like
Yes,
they do, then
yeah,
you are forced
to
to be
learn.
and
Yeah.
to improvise, and that's
Hmm.
what they do.
Yeah, that was a beautiful country. That was beautiful, beautiful country.
I haven't been there yet.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Mm. Yes, I just wanted to go on. This is my little confession. 15 minutes. I felt bad, but now I feel better. Thank you, Godfather.
Good, good. I'm glad. When's your now the trip 2020? Are you doing it 2022?
Yeah,
Greece? Okay,
22. Yeah.
okay. All right. Congratulations. I'll be there. I'm gonna be the matching there. That's one of my spots on my list. Greece.
Yeah, yeah. I want to, that's one of the things I want to do. Why I want to become debt free. I want to travel again.
Mm, yeah.
And yeah, I'll tell you the truth. That's the reason why I also took the V. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because I saw what was coming.
Yeah.
We could talk about that,
I'm
unless you gotta
excited.
go.
I'm excited
We
for you. I'm excited for
Thank
you.
you,
Yes, I
thank
am.
you.
You probably can only tell that here. I don't know if you got anybody else in your life that is excited for you.
Well, one of my cousins know because she understand. The other one with the 30 years, nah, she doesn't know.
He doesn't
She's
know.
gonna flip. Yeah, but she's gonna be like, "What?" Yeah, but
Whatever. Whatever, debt slave. I don't care what you think.
exactly.
Yeah.
Please, man. When I tell y'all, oh my God, everything's going so smoothly right now. It's
Yeah,
wonderful.
I can hear it in your voice forever.
Oh God, it's almost like an orgasm.
A
Yeah.
forever Christmas. A forever Christmas.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait. I don't know, man. I'm trying to like think about how will it be
Right.
November 1st. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right. You try to picture it. I know what you're saying. I do.
You
I
know?
do. It's gonna be
Yeah.
nice. You're gonna have
Yeah,
that
but
you got
I'm
that
still
debt,
gonna need
the
your
debt is just gonna
guidance.
be lifted off your shoulder, that debt cloud.
Yeah, but I'm also gonna need your help to see certain things
Okay.
because I've been in this matrix for so long.
Right.
I'm still gonna need that to open up that third eye of mine to see
Correct.
other things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what?
So
This is the first thing I always tell people to do. Take the time to relax and enjoy the freedom. All right. So you are
right.
already making the right plans, right? Enjoy when you go on this vacation. Just always, when you go to Greece, just say to yourself, I don't have no due dates. I can just do whatever I want.
You're
Enjoy
right.
that freedom.
You're right. You're right.
Hmm.
So
Enjoy it.
because one of the things I'm gonna do is do the traveling lab because I'm a lab tech.
Hmm. Oh,
So
okay.
right. So what that mean is, let's say, like I did before, but it didn't work out at that place.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
there's other places because they need people, and a lot of people don't want to take the V.
Right.
So the world's my oyster. They're gonna need me even more so.
Mm.
See what I'm saying? Because I
Hmm.
took the V
Mm. Okay.
because I already foresaw all of this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm about
Especially
my
in your
walk.
field, you knew that was gonna happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my thing is to take 13-week assignments, and of course I have my stipulation because I'll be in a position where I don't have to take certain assignments,
Hmm.
right? That means I don't want to work nights. I don't want to work 40 hours. I'll do 36 hours. I'll do weekends. I don't care about weekends. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Okay.
And then they pay you every week. And if I'm more than 50 miles away from the home base,
Hmm.
they give you tax-free stipend
Mm.
weekly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's money that
You're
could
taking
be
all that.
invested, exactly, saved,
Mhm,
I could make up. Oh, we
mhm.
gonna talk. I'm gonna after November 1st and I knock
Okay.
out the other blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Yo, we gonna talk. We
Okay.
gotta also revisit uh the um the stream 40-year mortgage when
Mm.
when you had Andre
Mhm.
Biswa. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that made me think. So, oh yeah,
Yeah, 40-year mortgage. That's the new standard. 40
yep,
years. 30 years
yep.
is out the door now. It's 40-year mortgages.
Oh yeah,
That's gonna be the norm. 40-year mortgage is gonna be the normal for the next generation.
yes, it is. And all these people who who put who wasn't paying the mortgage to the back, they're
Mhm.
gonna have 40-year mortgages. They're gonna refinance the 40
Yes,
years.
they are. Yes, they are. That's how they're getting their money back from them not paying over a year. They're gonna get all their money back plus more and keep the
Yeah,
house.
yeah, but what they're not gonna realize, LJ, is the mathematics don't lie.
Mm-mm.
They might feel like, oh yeah, I'm in this house, lower payments, but they're not getting anywhere.
No.
If
Mm-mm.
they want to get ahead, they're gonna have to work overtime, can't go anywhere, all that. And like Andre Biswas said, is it worth it? Is it worth your help? And
Mm-mm.
I had to rewatch that podcast
Mhm.
when I was on there and he was speaking, you were speaking. What's the guy's name? Fighter, something like that. And
Oh,
I really,
yeah, firefighter.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, rewatch that stream.
Okay.
And he was talking about your time,
Mhm.
you know, and I had to really think about it because again, what I'm doing,
Mhm.
and I had to think, and that made me come to the conclusion to execute my decisions.
That's
So,
because that's
hey,
what the real thing is, that you're about to own the time in your life for the first time in your life.
yeah,
Yeah.
since I was in the
Mhm.
damn military, that's over 30 years ago.
Mm.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's an orgasm. Just think about it.
I bet it. That's what it feels like. People don't really understand because you got to remember, millions of people are never going to know what that feels like to own yourself and be free. They're never going to know that. Never.
Yeah, but what I'm also realizing is, just like somebody else said, when you're out, you really can't tell people
Hmm.
because people get jealous.
Yes.
People also just think you crazy. I don't care if they think I'm crazy, but the
Mhm.
jealousy and all that, and it's just something else.
Yeah, that jealousy, I can't be around. I had to let go of a close friend of mine not too long ago between that
Hmm.
unnecessary jealousy. It makes no sense. It's like, what are you jealous over? I don't get it. I'm trying to tell you something, but they just don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it.
Right, right. And it's like they could do the same thing or something similar, but they got to do the work.
They,
People don't want to do the work. And it's not even millennial, it's not Generation
mhm,
X or Boomer,
mhm.
it's a people thing.
Yeah, ain't got nothing to do with that stuff. They think
No,
it.
they
They think it has something to do with that. Ain't got nothing to do with that.
no, they just want their hand out. No, you got to
Hmm.
work for it.
Hmm.
Either work for it or you got to be taught from a young child and never get up in that system.
Correct. Because if you think about it, if your parents knew this information and they taught you since you were born, you would know nothing else.
Exactly.
This would just be it. And you would think it's weird when you grow up and found out somebody financed cars. You would like, that's weird. Why would you do that? You just think those kind of things are weird.
Well, let me tell you a story, what I
Hmm.
was told from my mother and my father,
Hmm.
and they're not together anymore, right?
Hmm.
They both told me this story about my mother said, "Oh, my father, this is back like, okay, I don't know, early like 1970. Maybe I
Hmm.
was one or whatever.
Hmm.
He bought a car cash.
Hmm.
And, she called him stupid.
She called him stupid.
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
man
God.
was the man was beyond his time.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
back then, they bought it, I guess, cash, but I don't know. But I mean, she's not good in finance, man.
Mm.
And this was back then. And I'm like, man, I see why they're not together. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Crazy. And he told me the same thing, and she told me the same thing. Yeah. And I'm like,
just
that's
like that
a
article I read
beautiful
yesterday,
news.
that 22-year-old. I don't know if you caught the stream yesterday.
Oh,
Yesterday's
I
stream.
caught it. Oh
That
yeah. I
that's just
caught the
he's
end.
in that situation right now. He's in that situation, but he can cut his ties early, but he's not. He's got 4 kids. He ain't gonna go nowhere no time soon.
Mm.
But he's young enough to cut his losses and get out. He's young enough, but he don't know. He doesn't know. Obviously, if he's writing a page and asking help for this person on this page, he doesn't know. Obviously,
Mm. I know they say sometimes it's cheaper to keep her, but he could fight for custody.
mhm.
But I don't know if he want to do that before
Well, he don't
kids.
even have to. I mean, I heard you guys saying that, but he don't really even have to fight for custody. He could just get a divorce and go to get a lawyer and be. I mean, even if they have to go that far, it might. Some parents work together, but it sounds like probably won't. But he could
Mm-mm.
just be there. He'll just be there. That's all. It's not a big deal.
Mm. I don't know.
It
Better
counts on
them
the
than me.
relationship. It counts on the relationship. I mean, because believe it or not, there are parents that break up and still work together for the sake of their children. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? There are
yeah,
parents like that for
yeah.
sure.
That's true. I mean, I don't have kids, so
Right.
better
See,
them than me.
and yeah, I don't know if that's good, bad, or whatever. Right. If I knew it, put it this way, if I had the knowledge I had today, I probably wouldn't have had, because I had my first kid at 22. I had no business
Mm,
having a kid at 22. No business doing that.
mm,
Had 3 kids
mm.
before the age of 30. I had,
Wow.
at least I was smart enough to get a vasectomy after the third kid. I was like, hey, this is a little too much. Let me stop this madness.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
And people
Well,
thought I was crazy doing that. My friends were like, man, why are you doing that? I said, because I want more kids. What do you mean? The kids are expensive.
And vasectomies are reversible. So
They
I
are,
don't,
but
I
your
mean,
insurance pays for a vasectomy, so vasectomy was free.
yep.
But you try to get a reversal, that costs some bread, $5,000, $6,000, if not more than that by now.
Well, if you're debt free, you can do it.
Yeah, but I'm glad. I thank God I had the smarts enough to get that done. Oh, I'm so glad I
Mm.
did that.
Well, I'm glad, me personally, I'm glad I don't have any children. They're
Nice.
too expensive and people don't want to stay married. You know what I
Right.
mean? Including
Right.
myself. I mean, I was married for a little while.
hmm
It didn't work out. I mean, anyway, I don't want to go into that.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
see, when that happens, you guys go your ways, and that's that. You don't have to be tied it's like when you have a child with somebody, you can be married or not, regardless. You guys are tied together at
Yep.
least 18 years minimum.
Mm.
And if you want to be in your kid's life, you have to stay in the same state as the mother, or else you ain't gonna never see your
Mm.
kids. So you don't. I didn't really think that far ahead when I was younger. I was like, wait a minute, if I want to be in my boy's life, I got to remain in the same state. I can't even leave, and I couldn't.
Mm.
I didn't
Wow.
leave until they was adults. I didn't leave till 2019. I knew for a fact I
Mm.
was not leaving the state of Washington State until my kids were grown, because that would have been, I brought them here, and that would be unfair. So I just like, I want them to be in driving distance or whatever. But I said, as soon as you're grown, I'm out. See ya.
Okay. Wow.
And
Wow.
it's cool. I mean, I know people. Did people bother you for that? Oh, Monica, how come you have no babies yet? Did they used to bug you about that crap?
Oh yeah, they used to bug me. Oh, how come, especially here in the South. I live in Florida. And they're like, "Oh, how come you don't have children?" And I would tell them, I didn't stay married long enough. And they would say, "Oh, you don't have to be married." So I looked at them dead in their face. And I'm going to say this. I don't care if I offend anybody. That's your damn business. This is what I say, and I mean it. I
uh,
say, quote, "I don't want any bastard children," unquote.
oh yes, nice. Okay, okay. I heard that. I'm glad to hear you stand up like that, because they be trying to make people feel bad for not having kids. And you know what's so crazy?
Mhm.
Secretly, check it out. When I had my three boys and I was riding around in the minivan and with the wife and stuff, I used to be jealous of the other people my age, with like couples that had no kids, because they could have just enjoy their life and do whatever they want secretly. But I couldn't tell nobody that I was jealous about it. But secretly, I was like, man, I'm jealous, man, because I can't do none of that. I got kids.
Aw, but you were married though.
Yeah, I was married. Yeah.
See? But that's different though.
I still shouldn't have had some kids when I was young. I mean, fast forward, we were two debt slaves having children. That's the basically, right?
Yeah,
I had
but
no business. If
we
I didn't
didn't
own
know.
myself,
We bought
I'm gonna have
into the
kids if I
bull.
don't own myself.
But we bought into the bull, man. We got
I
to be
did.
kinder to ourselves.
I
We
did.
did.
You didn't.
Hmm?
I said I did. You did not.
I did not what?
You didn't buy into it, having these kids, because everybody tells you should
Oh,
have kids at a certain age. That's what I'm
well,
saying.
yeah, that's true, but I still bought into the debt.
Right.
I
Right.
I definitely didn't buy into the having children because I saw my older sister get pregnant at a young age. I saw how
Mhm.
my mother treated her. I had friends who got pregnant at a young age, and
Mhm.
guess what? Jamaican family, they not gonna treat them like Black American family.
Mhm.
They embrace the child. Jamaicans don't do that to their
Mhm.
girls when they get pregnant. So,
Mhm.
mm-mm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
So,
and when I was younger, I remember them saying, "Oh, there's no right time to have kids. You just never know." Yes, it is. Once you own yourself, you will know
hmm
when, if you want kids. Because I'm not saying for those of you that want kids, I'm saying like this: own yourself first, get out of debt. You will know when to have kids, and you will know exactly who to have kids with. I promise you that. Promise.
hmm
It will not be an
yep.
accident. It just happened. No, it would. You will know. I promise you. You'll know.
Mm. Well, and there are people, another thing too, LJ. I mean, there's more layers to this because it doesn't matter if you're male or female, okay? You're on
Mhm.
your debt-free journey or you're already debt-free, right? Because you were brought up that way. You get with the opposite sex and they see how you are and they might try to trick you to hold on to you because people really think that, oh, you have their baby, that you're
I
going to
know,
be with
right?
them, and they see you're debt free. They
Right.
see, and that's what they want to do. They want to just ruin your life.
Yeah.
Because I've had people try, oh, well, you're saying you don't have kids, you're a med tech, and they think, oh, they could get me pregnant or whatever. And
Or
I'm
something
like,
must be wrong with you or something. Just the stupidest nonsense people come up with. So
oh my
stupid.
God. I had a woman, I didn't even know her. She was like, is something wrong with you? You don't have children? At a job, man.
Right. Right. It's just so stupid. It's so dumb. But they don't know. They're debt slaves. They don't know. They just think that's what you
Yeah,
do. Because if you really think about it, and when you're in deep in debt and then you have a kid on top of that, you know how far that buries you? That just buries you.
but
Just
they think it's the norm. And this chick was from another country. She was from South America. So
mm,
this is the norm for people. You're supposed to procreate, at the time I took a break from the medical field for whatever reason, and I just took a job at a factory. So they were all in debt. We were all in debt. And you
mhm.
talking about breeding and having I think she had 5 kids.
Right. Right.
No.
Right.
And she looked at me like I was crazy. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
It's
Yeah,
so
people
crazy.
don't bother me about that now.
I bet you they. Well, I'm sure you let them. You let them know straight off, right off the bat.
Oh yeah, I'm very direct. So people are just like, oh, we're gonna leave her alone.
Yeah. Oh, don't say
Plus
this to
I
her.
got gray hair now. So they don't ask me.
And I love it. I have no problem. But if I can get the young people not to fall for the, oh, I'm close to 30. I should be getting married now. I should have 2.5 kids and a house. And
Mm-mm.
don't fall for that program. You better not. That's a program. Don't
It
do it.
is. It is. And I tell them, I don't care what anyone say, be married. If you're gonna have kids, be married. And marry someone you're on the same page, out of debt. Stay out of debt.
Well, like I always tell everybody, you once out of debt and you own yourself, you're not going to have a relationship with a debt slave. You're just not.
Yeah, yeah. I'm already not dating, so it's going to be even harder for me, you know, which is
Right.
fine.
You just gotta, I know, before I met the woman I'm with today, I said to myself, I said, the woman I'm gonna meet, she's gonna have a long checklist. And if she can't meet that list, I'm just gonna be by myself for a while. I accepted that fact. I
Yep,
was okay
me
with it.
too.
And I was totally okay with that.
Yep, me too. Me too. That's where I am now. Because I told you, I already planned my trip. And I'm
Oh,
also planning if my cousins say no, they don't want to go. I'll go by myself.
that's what I did in Hawaii. I went to Hawaii when I first got out of debt. I went to Hawaii for 2 weeks by myself. People thought I was crazy. Who you going with? 2 weeks? Wow, you must be rich. And that was the best vacation. This is the wonderful thing about going by yourself. When you want
Hmm.
to go do something, oh, Monica, you just go do it. You don't have to wait anybody. Hey, you want to go to try dinner there? No, I don't really like this. You just go.
Yep. See, the thing with me, I'm used to going on trips by myself. So I
Okay.
wanted to, yeah, I wanted to do something different. The last cruise I went on was 2013. That's
Hmm.
before I got into Dave Ramsey and the whole thing. And I
Hmm.
went by myself on a cruise and
Okay.
I loved it.
Wow.
And I got to sit back and watch people and I saw people who went together, they were pretty unhappy. So I hope that doesn't happen on my trip. It shouldn't. Because I'll be in a better position. But yeah.
Hey, can somebody remove that dude doing whatever he's doing up in the chat? Somebody kick him out, please. I don't know what he's doing.
Mm. Yeah, I can't see. So.
Oh, it's somebody doing some Korean writing in the yeah, somebody doing Korean writing inside of the chat somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I feel much better now. I don't want to take up much of your time. But who else can I speak to? We're family,
Nobody.
man.
Nobody.
Exactly. Because I was feeling really bad, but now I feel better because they don't listen to me anyway.
That's good. You know what? If they're debt slaves, it don't even matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
I'm
I didn't
excited
plan
for
it
you.
yet.
I
Thank
know,
you.
but
I didn't
once you have it in your head, it's already there. It's just a matter of
exactly.
time before you're putting it together.
Oh yeah, I gotta the other stuff gotta be the other stuff is in motion, which you know about.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't stop it.
No, can't stop it. It's there.
It's a ready contract. Boom.
Yes.
So woo. Yeah. Yes. So okay. I guess
All
we
right.
should also call you Godfather LJ.
You know what's so funny? Somebody just told me that the other day that I heard they say that to Kevin Samuel, call him the Godfather or something, like some crazy. I was like, what?
Yeah, they do call him the Godfather.
Oh my God. I was like, they just told me that I was like, what?
Oh
Wow.
my God, you don't know what they say. They're like, we got to protect him at all costs.
Oh, wow.
I'm serious.
Well, you know what? I put it this way. He's obviously doing something right. If you got people caught, man, it's just bananas. Somebody just told me.
So
Matter of fact, somebody told me that
doing
today.
something right? We can't
Huh?
call you the Godfather of finance.
Say what?
Aren't you doing something right? So we can't call you the Godfather of finance?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can. I mean, I guess it's backed up. It's backed up by math, right? It's something that it's not. I'm not, and I don't really consider myself the Godfather. I'm just because I trust the calculator. It just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a big deal.
Well, I mean, okay, it's like this. Like they said, if a tree fall in the forest and no one's there, did it really fall? Right?
Right.
Okay, mathematics is out there, but because it is programmed, we're not conscious of it.
Right.
You have your forum and you brought us all together and you're making us open up and be conscious, number one, and get with like-minded people. So you have done something.
Yeah.
So I mean that's nice for you to be humble right now, but I mean truth is truth.
That is true. That is true. I mean, I'm humbled for it and I appreciate it. But when I hear somebody call that and they're gossiping, it just makes no sense to me. It's just so crazy. It just makes no sense.
Well, they don't see it as gossip. They see it as, what he says is the truth. Mind you, he's not really talking about getting out of debt, except to say, oh, women have all this debt and blah, blah, blah. But he's not saying people need to own themselves.
It's, and it's so funny. It's just business. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I feel like this. If a woman will get up in front of thousands of people and let somebody talk down to you, something's wrong with the woman's self-esteem. Something's wrong with her.
Of course.
You see, it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
It's bigger. It's much deeper than that. Because I would never go on anybody's panel and say, "Hey, LJ, you ain't this, and you're a 5, and you're a 6, and you need to." No, I wouldn't. That would never happen ever. That would never happen.
That's crazy. Yeah. Is that Attica now?
Atticus, you there? What's going on, sir?
I'm very well. Thank you, LJ. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You met Omanike before?
I've never spoken to her, but I've seen her in the chat. How are you, Omanike?
I'm I am fine. I just love your accent.
Here we go, LJ.
He's gonna be the narrator for the
You
SMD
sound
book.
so sexy right now.
Oh my God.
The way you said
No,
hello, Omanike.
I know. He said, "How are you?"
How are you?
you know what?
Hey,
I love it.
Atticus,
Yeah.
tell her the time. What time is it over there? Tell her the time.
Actually, it's 3 o'clock. It's not half three.
Oh
It's
crap!
three
I thought it
o'clock
was
right
half
now.
past.
It's
No,
half three.
I had a day off. I have a day off tomorrow, so I'm not in work in Monday. But I saw you going live, and I said, "Let me jump on." I always enjoy speaking with you, LJ.
You caught the end, man. We're going on 3 hours. You got about 15 minutes.
Oh, nuts! I thought we could have a little more conversation.
Oh man, we're almost 3
Okay,
hours,
I'm
Marcus.
going down.
It's 10 o'clock here, man. I'm about
Amanike,
to wrap it up.
no worries. Amanike, have a good one. Yes,
Sorry,
yes. Just
what time is it there right now? What time is it there?
it's
2
3 a.m.
p.m.
in the morning. 3
Oh,
a.m. in the morning.
2 a.m. Whoa. Okay. All right.
3 actually. Yeah.
3.
I
So
have.
so it's Monday morning there.
Yes, it is. Yes,
So
it is.
10,
I
11,
have
12, 1, 2, 3. So you're 5 hours ahead of 5 hours ahead of me. Okay.
yeah. So I had a day off tomorrow. So
Okay.
I've just been doing stuff in the house and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Watching some videos, and I saw you go on live, and I was listening quietly.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, let me jump on real quick before LJ logs off, just to say
Yeah.
hello. You know what I mean?
I
It's always
appreciate
good to
that,
hear.
man, especially at 3 a.m.
I got the time today. You know,
Okay.
I got the
Okay.
time, and I've been watching some videos, stuff like that, and yeah.
Are you
You guys
normally
were
up this
having
late? You normally up this late all the time?
oh no, not because I work, and it's like
Oh,
I gotta
just
wake up.
gotcha.
Yeah, I gotta wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. So, but I have a day off tomorrow, and
Gotcha.
I'm not planning to do anything
Right.
per se. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be relaxing at home. Just take some time off because I think it's a conversation you were having with Zeke earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you mentioned something that is it's so true. I don't want to spend the rest of my life working for someone else. You know, I don't want to
Correct.
spend the rest of my life giving my time to someone who has their own time. I want to get out of that. That's the next s- how do you call it? That's the next level matrix.
Right.
Debt
Right.
debt is one thing,
Right.
but this whole world of what do you call it? The rat race.
Yeah, the rat race. We call it the rat race. Yeah.
I got to get out of that. I'm out of debt, but the rat race, LJ, I'm
Right.
being honest with you, I have to get out of that.
Well,
So
it's
right now,
steps. It's steps.
mm,
It is steps. Once getting out of debt, owning yourself first is step one. Okay.
mhm.
That's step one. And then once you get out of debt, you're naturally going to start trying to figure out what you're going to do to stay out of it forever. That's what's
I'm
that's what's
hoping.
that's what's naturally going to happen.
I mean, tell me how did you arrive at that? Because I've heard you say your story before, but
Hmm.
I know. I mean, if it make it half an hour, not 15 minutes. Come on,
Well,
let's have a conversation.
no, I got to be 10 minutes, man. It's 10
Oh
o'clock,
my
man.
god!
But
Because I
real
really
quick,
want to ask you.
like this. This is what I did. Because I didn't know I was in debt. So first, what I did was I got out of debt, right? But I went hardcore. I moved in with my sister, sold all my stuff, blah blah blah. And then once you get out of debt and with a job, your money will stack so fast your head will spin, right? And my last job, I was making $160,000 a year. So with no debt and barely any overhead as far as rent and electricity, my money stacked so fast that I couldn't believe it, right? So when I finally decided to quit my job, which was a huge step, I just had this feeling that I had just had to quit, right? Without no plan, no nothing. I'm not recommending everybody do it. I'm just telling you me that I just had to quit. And the purpose of me quitting, now that I understand, I had to know what it feels like to be free, to actually own my time. Because when I quit for a year, I didn't do nothing but just enjoyed myself. Did whatever I wanted to do, woke up, went to the gym, worked out, visit friends, come home, watch TV, stay up all night, stay up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because I didn't have to go to sleep. I just had to, but after a while, you're going to get tired of that. And then you're going to work. First, I had to get used to that freedom. And then my mind
Yes,
started trying to figure out how can I keep this life for the rest of my life?
that's beautiful.
Hmm.
Because yes, I think I was conditioned to just um work for for other people.
Hmm.
So yes, I may have skills and etc., but I'm trying to get myself out of it where um I become a total owner of my time.
Correct.
You know, because run a farm back home in Kenya, but
Okay. From
here in
where
the
you
United.
live?
Oh yes, I've got people over there. I got payroll, LJ.
Oh, wow.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, every month I gotta send some money and make sure
Ah,
people are comfortable, paid, and let it run. But I'm fortunate enough to have family that check in and
mhm.
assist with that because I'm not physically there.
Gotcha.
But I'm talking about here in the United Kingdom.
So
Um,
tell me this. I always ask everybody,
mm,
what would you love to be doing that you love it so much that you would do it for free? What would you love to do?
Two things: farming and, funnily enough, be a mix engineer.
What's a mix engineer? What's that?
You know the guy that sits behind the mixing board, like a giant mixing console, and mixes songs.
Oh, you're talking about like a DJ?
Not a DJ. He's the guy that, okay, well, the artist records the song,
Uh-huh.
and
Oh,
he's the one that mixes it and brings it all together and makes it
gotcha.
sound coherent. The
Gotcha.
guy with the faders sitting behind the glass screen when the artist is on the other side.
You
That guy.
know, as I listen to you, I think two things, and I'm gonna just piece this together. Like for farming, right? I think that's gonna be really, really big, right? Because
Yes.
right now, I've noticed like when I go to the grocery store, a lot of grocery store shelves are empty.
Yes, you're very
Something's
right.
about to happen. I don't know what, because that's weird. I've never seen that. So something's about to happen. So the majority of people are going to be like, wait a minute. I don't want to be dependent on big companies for my food. Let me just learn how to start growing my own stuff. I think that's going to be big.
Well, you know what? Ideally, people should be growing their own stuff. I come from a country, well, I told you, Kenya. A lot of us are into agriculture
Mhm.
naturally. It's part of the culture of the multiple ethnic groups. That's one thing we share. So everybody's got a garden.
So you know how to grow a bunch of stuff.
Oh my God, yes,
See, I
sir.
don't. I don't.
I'm proper. Listen, I can tell you about the soil organic matter levels,
Wow.
the acidity, the
Hmm.
CEC, the a- anything that when it
Start
comes
a
to
channel.
farming.
Hey, you know what, Attica? Start a channel talking about that stuff.
I,
Straight up, man.
I'll,
I'm just throw some ideas at you. You start a channel talking about that stuff because we don't know about that stuff. I just like dirt, put in a seed, water. Okay, then it's gonna grow, right? You just see the way
no,
you laugh? I don't know.
it's gonna take more than that. But you know what, LJ, I'm gonna listen to what you're saying regarding that because I think it's just time, LJ. Because I am a worker. I'm still in the rat race, as it were. So it's just getting the time to do it. But that's not excuse. You know, it's no excuse.
Just do it, man. Don't even plan it. Just get on, start talking about it, man. People will, because people want to know, believe that, because they don't want to be wrapped up in this food thing going on. They just don't want. They don't want that.
Um, I may do that. I mean, but I enjoy speaking about a wide range of subjects. I really enjoy speaking with people when the conversation is in good faith. I want to hear what people have to say. You
That's what
know.
I did, man. When I started this Atticus, I was talking to myself for a year. I would go live and I was talking to myself.
Mm,
Nobody was coming in listening or talking or interacting. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna keep doing it. I don't care. I know it. I know it. I know people want to hear it. That's the same thing. If you know about where, especially where you come from, you know about how to grow food and garden, man. People want to know that. Believe that.
I mean, there are channels that do that, really big channels at that. Some of them I do follow, um, and I've learnt a lot from. I started seriously farming in 2016, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So like seriously doing it for commercial
Oh
purposes.
wow.
But we're all, I mean, even as children, would go to our grandmother's, help her with her farm. We'd
See?
have our own
Wow.
little garden. It's something cultural that cuts across all the ethnic groups where I'm from.
Wow.
We're an agrarian society and we're proud of it.
And I
Some
bet
people
it's a
say that's
different kind of
primitive.
connection with your food, especially when you grow it yourself.
Oh yes, you know exactly what you're getting out. You know because
Wow.
you're the person that put it in the ground. You picked the seed. You tested the soil. You picked the right kind of fertilizer. I like doing it organically, so I use a lot of compost and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So
Wow.
I'm not. I don't like spraying my crops, kind
See?
of thing. So it's really organic, but it's labor intensive, but it's sustainable
Yeah. See?
and regenerative.
See,
Regenerative.
just I mean, I think right now is the time to talk about that stuff because it's getting serious. Like, because I like with the whole society of delivery, obesity is about to go through the roof, right? It's about to go through the roof.
What do you mean
And
about to? It's been through the
yeah,
roof.
it's been here, but now with everything being delivered, I mean, people get their fast food delivered. They don't have to go out to grocery stores anymore here in the US. You just order your groceries and they shop for you and you drive up
Mm.
and pop your trunk and then they put the groceries in your trunk and you drive away.
No, very true. Very true. No, just speaking about that, a lot of people find it not shameful. What's the term? They find it like, oh, what are you doing? You're farming. Isn't that a bit low class or
Oh yeah, you
you know?
must be poor. You can't. It's just the stupidest of nonsense. The things they come up with saying that.
Yes, they're like, oh, why don't you be in the city and doing that? I'm already in the city. I just love farming. You
Right.
can see that picture. That's from my farm right there.
Oh, okay. No, I was looking at it as you're speaking. I'm looking at it too. Yeah.
Those are bell peppers,
Oh,
very
okay. Oh.
popular, um, doing very well right now
Mm-hmm.
because of the whole lockdown thing. A lot of people, supply chains have been disrupted, so a lot of people are sourcing material locally, and that's really helped my little farm.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big thing. It only sits on about an acre of land, so it's a small scale thing that I'm doing right now.
Hey
Um,
man, bring out your video camera. Just all you gotta do. Bring out your phone, record talking about your stuff and your bell peppers, man, and people will just naturally follow you, and it'll turn into something. That's how you're gonna break the what you was asking me earlier. That's how you're gonna break out of that part of the debt matrix.
I really want to, man, because look, yes, I get paid okay right now. Okay, I'm not complaining. I really do get paid okay, but I can't give my time to another person indefinitely. That really gets me thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't keep me up at night, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting older, LJ.
What do you mean? You're in your early 30s, right?
No, I'm mid 30s.
34.
34, 35 this year.
That's not older. Okay, that's according
Well,
to the clock, yeah, to the man-made time, I guess if you want to believe it, but it's not. You
I
know.
hear what you say. I hear what you're saying, but before I know it, I'll be 40. Before I know it, I'll be
Oh,
50. Before I know it, I'll be 60 and 70 and
oh
80 and
shit. Then
whatever.
what do you think I am? Since I'm 51, I must be a dinosaur. Then am I a
Oh no!
dinosaur?
Oh no! I'm sorry. No, 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 no. Actually, you're in better shape than most 20-year-olds.
True,
For example, you take care of yourself,
I do.
and that's a big thing. You think people don't notice this?
No,
It's
they
like
notice.
your body and mind are healthy. When you speak, I've seen Zeke come up earlier. I
Mhm.
never see Zeke join the panel.
Right, right.
I saw Omanike jump on
Mm-hmm.
to speak to you, not to me, not to anybody else, blah blah blah. To you, you. That's gonna get you thinking, bro. You know, people
That's it.
appreciate
That's
you.
why I love what I do. That's why I'm trying to help you find the same thing the atticus is supposed to, whatever it's going to help you find your purpose. And I can tell by the way you start talking about farming and the pH balance and ground dirt and all this other. I don't know, man. I would watch. I'd be like, okay, how you grow bell peppers? What do I need? Okay, dirt, and it needs to be this and that and temperature. And to see myself grow my own bell peppers, I'll be sprung. I'll be like, oh my God. But first, I'm gonna get a house where I got some land where I can do that.
Yes,
I'm gonna
that's
do
very
that.
important.
I'm gonna do that. And hopefully your channel is gonna be up to where I know where to go straight to the source of what I need to do.
You know what? I'll seriously think about that. About putting some time aside and just.
You're kind of far away. I don't know if you got.
Oh, I'm here now.
Okay, there you
How
go.
about now?
All right.
No, I'll seriously think about that. I mean, starting a channel and just having conversation. I
Yeah,
think
man.
that's
Just
really
think about it.
important.
Just think about it.
Like you said, I mean, it doesn't have to be about farming. I'm very interested. Maybe it's the stage in my life that I'm in. I'm interested in hearing.
You're
Sorry.
interested in hearing what? Oh man, I don't know what just happened.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, now I can.
Sorry, my mic went dead for a second. But I'm
Gotcha.
just saying, I'm very interested in hearing what people think about a wide variety of topics because that's what I thought the manosphere was about. But it really isn't. It's
I don't
a lot
really
of
try to. I
arguments.
don't really try to understand it. It's just argument and bad energy, and that's what I get.
Yeah,
I just don't. I
yeah.
just don't have time. I just don't allow negative energy in my life, and I just only positive energy. Only
No,
positive.
I agree. I agree with you fully.
Mhm.
I've been in and out of the manosphere for about 2 years now, almost 3 years this year.
Mhm.
And what I'm doing now is essentially just listening to individual channels. But I
Mhm.
already said it before. I'm not a part of it. I'm not because it's just too much arguing. It's
Yeah.
too much pettiness. It's like high school,
Yes, for sure.
you know. So
Yeah.
I just follow individual channels
Mhm.
from the manosphere, as it were. But I do wish them well. I'm not gonna stand in their way. I'm not gonna sabotage them or join the people who want to destroy them, kind of thing, because it can get wild in there, man. And
Right.
I'm just
Yeah. I have
I'm
no
just too
part
old
of
for
that.
this shit.
It's just I don't be part of that. Just negative energy is, people think just the negative, it's just the negative energy. I just don't like that in my life. So I just don't listen to stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's a lot of people in pain, and like I said before, don't they don't know how to handle it. We all feel pain. We're all human, myself included. Okay,
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
may be different forms of pain, but it's how you handle it. It's how you approach it. That's what counts. It's not the fact that you're going through something. We all go through
Yeah,
something.
everybody does.
We all do. I mean, find me one person that will turn around and say, "Okay, I'm not going through anything." That's not human.
Right.
That's an alien. Well, not an alien like the way you say it, but
Right.
oh, that person's dead. You
No,
know.
I'm happy
But
being
it's
an alien. I'll tell somebody I'm an alien in a minute. I'll tell you.
no. But that's one of the things I enjoy about this program. It's mature.
Hmm.
You know.
And I love it.
Um,
It's growing, man. And honestly, I want the same for you, man. Especially at your 30. You're right now in your 30s. You're thinking the right way. You're thinking. You already understand. I just think I just want everybody, including you, just to find what your gift is.
yes,
That's what it is.
I
And
agree.
once you find it, you'll never work another day in your life. You'll never work
No,
another day in your life.
I agree. I agree. Right now, I'm studying for what's it called? Networking and cybersecurity kind of
Okay,
thing. But I want to turn that into a business
gotcha.
so that I don't have to work for someone
Correct.
indefinitely because it's draining. A lot of people, I think a lot of people would agree with that
That's a
because
good
even if
choice because I did that. I did networking and all that.
mm,
It was cool to understand how all that worked,
mhm.
and I really enjoyed my career. It was just a wonderful knowledge to know how it all connected. So that's a good choice
Yes,
because that's
especially
forever. That's forever.
because you said earlier that we're moving into a new financial system, and a lot of it is going to be electronic. They're trying to get
Correct.
rid of cash.
Yes, that's going to happen for sure. For sure. And
So
they're showing you right now PayPal, uh, Cash
even
App.
so-called crypto,
Yeah,
whatever.
so-called crypto. And when you got money and then you understand that no money exists for debt slaves, you'll know exactly how to play crypto. That's like free money, right? You know all the odds. You already know what's going to happen.
I,
It's just
I
you want to
kick
get some
myself.
extra money, you just go in there. You know when to put in and pull out. That's it. Get your
I kick
bread,
myself.
huh?
I kick myself every time because I remember when Bitcoin was out. I was
Mhm.
actually working. I started working at the age full time at the age of 19.
Okay.
So I remember when Bitcoin came out, and it
Mhm.
was the equivalent of £50. Now it's 30, 30 something
Yeah, I
thousand
forgot what it's
per.
up to now.
Oh, it fluctuates.
Yeah.
That's why I don't trust it. It fluctuates so much. But if you'd got in early, you'd be winning right now. Type of thing. If I'd
Well,
got in
see,
early.
even when you say that, you don't really have to worry about the get in early stuff. You don't really have to worry about that. You just all you gotta do is pay attention to the debt slaves, and you'll
I'm
know when to
learning
get in
to.
and get out. When you say early, when they first started, all the debt slaves say that. Oh, what if I got Bitcoin? Well, of course, but they don't have any money. Like it's at
Yeah,
45,000 right now, 45,131
wow.
for
Wow.
imaginary coin for a coin that doesn't exist. It's worth
That
$45,000.
and the funny thing is, it's called a currency, but nobody trades in it. They just hold it.
It doesn't even exist. It's invincible. Isn't that brilliant?
I know.
It's
No, but
brilliant.
that's the thing. I'm learning how to capitalize off phenomena like
Yeah.
this kind of thing.
You'll
It's
know
like
exactly how to play cryptocurrency once you're completely just debt free and got cash. You'll know, and you just pay attention
it feels
to the
so good.
slaves. Just pay
It
attention
feels
to
so
what
good.
they're going to pay attention to the economy.
The
Like
herd.
here, unemployment just stopped. Student loan debt payments are going to be due January 2022. So
Oh
soon as
wow.
so soon as the unemployment stopped this past Monday,
Uh-oh.
it stopped. So now money's now they're worried. They're panicking.
So listen, Biden really did that. He stopped the whole payment thing for the
The
unemployment.
unemployment, well, they knew that was coming. It wasn't a surprise. They said we're
No,
going
but
to do this until this date. But debt slaves just didn't know that what happens, how they didn't know what was going to happen. I don't know that part, but they said we're going to do this until this date, and then you're not going to get any more money. Okay, thank you for telling me.
no, because in the United Kingdom, for example,
Hmm.
I know it was in the news.
Hmm.
They reduced the unemployment payments, but not by that much. But they did reduce it. But I didn't know that Biden in America took it all out.
No, they
So
did all that here too. They reduced it,
oh,
and they did the same thing. It's all the same. UK here, it's the same. They're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna
told you,
reduce
yeah,
it, and then they're gonna stop because they got to get those guys back to work.
yeah. I agree. A lot of people are not working,
Right.
and they're not
Because of
working.
unemployment money.
Yeah, huh, exactly.
That's why.
It's not that they can't find work. It's
Right.
that they
They don't
don't
want it.
want to go back to work.
They don't want to go back to work. They're enjoying that freedom that but they don't realize the government's paying for their freedom. They're not getting it. So
It's
when
not
they
even the government, it's the taxpayer. I'm paying
correct,
for that freedom.
correct. Well,
I have to wake up in the morning, but they don't.
Yeah, but
That really,
when you see how it really, really works, you won't really talk like that anymore. You won't be like, "Hey, I pay for your free." You won't even talk like that anymore. You just be like,
tell me
'cause
more. Tell me more. Tell me more about
they're
that.
just doing it. They're just paying. They're paying for all this stuff themselves. Once you understand how it works, you'll see the true purpose of taxes. The true purpose of taxes are the backbone of all capitalist economies. It's the backbone. If they
Agreed.
didn't
Yes.
if they didn't force people to play, they wouldn't play.
Agreed. It's like monopoly.
So if you understand how it works, and you will pay, yes, you'll pay taxes, but not the same as debt slaves.
Mm.
It's totally different. It's totally different. Totally. You won't cheat on your tax. I'm not saying that you are, but you won't do tax
No,
evasion
I don't.
and
No, I
cheat on, because
don't.
you don't have to cheat on your taxes. You don't have to.
You know what, LJ? What you just said is very pertinent. On a day-to-day basis, I don't worry about life on a day-to-day basis because, like you said, I'm free. I'm debt-free. I have nothing chasing me, LJ.
Mhm.
Nothing.
Nothing. Exactly.
But all what I was thinking about is long term. Like, where are we going as a society, as peoples? What's the world going to be in 10 years,
It's
20
going to be the
years?
same.
Because
It's going to be capitalist 10 years from now.
that's why I wanted to speak to you. Because look, you're more mature than I am, so I feel like I'm speaking to like a big bro, like a bigger brother.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're not that old. I'm not going to call you uncle.
My
But I'm
last
just
name is
saying.
Young, and that's forever.
Ah, there you go. But it's like sometimes perspective. Check this out.
Mhm.
Um, this whole internet thing has people so afraid to speak to each other like they're human.
You mean in
Everybody,
person?
not necessarily in person, but just to be, how do I put it? Honest,
Right.
vulnerable.
True.
You know,
Yeah. Hmm.
but it's really unfortunate. But I don't mind. I told you. The only thing that can move me is if something threatens my family. But anyone
Right.
can say anything they want about me. That doesn't bother me. I'm not here for. It's not a popularity contest.
Hmm.
Please,
Hmm.
please, please. I'm not worried about that.
Right.
But this is why I wanted to ask you, like someone who's seen more than I have. Honestly, the kind of thing I think in my head is like, because remember I do come from a different culture. I wanna
Hmm.
have a family. I wanna have, the
Hmm.
wife, the kids,
Hmm.
etc. But I don't know where this world is going. I should I have a family and bring them into a world that's that may be burning? I'm
Well,
not saying that it
put
is,
it this
but
way. I don't believe the whole world is burning.
hmm
I think the TV makes it look like that. That's the minority, because if the world was
good
really
point.
like what you see on TV, you wouldn't be able to go. You wouldn't be able to go to sleep at night because somebody be breaking your house every single night.
Good point.
You know,
Good
you
point.
couldn't sleep, but I sleep lovely. I don't. Nobody breaks into. I've never had nobody break into my house ever. Man, I don't know, because of where I lived. Or it's just, you can make the world as you want it to be. Right? TV and news will make it look
Mm.
like the whole world is burning, but it's not really burning. That's the minority. That's not the majority.
I like that because I was thinking along those lines. I mean, there's certain things going on in my home country politically, and I'm considering that, as it were. But I've resigned myself to saying, like, I'm not going to live in the UK forever. I'm going to go
Mhm.
back home.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was just thinking, and I know you don't know the details and the particulars about where it is I'm coming from, back home, kind of thing. But there's certain things happening, and a lot of us back home are unsure about where we'll be in the next 5, 10 years.
Hmm. It all counts
Of
on who's telling you. Is it a debt slave telling you where we're going to be 5, 10 years from now, or a person that owns yourself?
no, no, no. You see, the thing is, with back home, a lot of the outcomes
Hmm.
hinges on the powerful elite. It's not like the West.
That's everywhere, though.
To varying degrees, I
Hmm.
agree. To
Hmm.
varying degrees, but you have to understand in Africa in general. I mean, depending on who's in power, your life can go a full 180.
Is Africa a capitalist economy? I don't know.
No, it depends on the country you're in.
Oh, okay.
Because, for example, Kenyans are capitalist. Our
Hmm.
government are thieves. They're not socialists. They're thieves, outright
Mm.
thieves. They're just
Mm.
not. They're not even like leftist or
Hmm.
socialist. They're just outright thieves. They just
Mm.
take.
Mm.
LJ, they take. One of the things that people notice about my country, for example, foreigners arrive, even the police, they're not even bashful to say, "Give me something for tea." That's a say. It's a
Give me
bribe.
something for tea.
Tea, yeah, we're tea
Oh,
drinkers. You guys
gotcha.
drink coffee. We're tea
Right.
drinkers. So
Okay.
they say, "Give me something for tea." That's a
Gotcha.
bribe he's asking for.
Gotcha.
They'll ask you as a foreigner that. So
Mm.
imagine what they do to us.
Mm. Mm. You know what's crazy? Like if you watch regular TV, the way they portray Africa, it's different. Like my girlfriend, she watches a lot of African movies on Netflix and stuff,
Okay.
and show the cities. And I mean, the cities look just like American cities, you
Yes,
know.
they do. They do.
But TV will make it look like you guys are still living in huts and dirt grounds.
Huts
It's
and
like,
trees, and
yeah,
we all got loincloths.
yeah, man. I'm telling you, I was like, my TV has been lying to. That's not even true.
Mm-mm.
It's
especially
bananas.
especially Kenya. Kenya is one of the more advanced countries. Um, we've got everything, man. It's like where I live in Eldoret. It's a town called Eldoret.
Hmm.
Like literally outside of, it's a 2 acre piece of land. There's a house there, and it's like literally right outside it. Tarmac road, street lights, piped
Hmm.
water,
Hmm.
everything.
Hmm.
Internet, 24-hour internet, unlimited, as long as you can pay for it, but it's
Right,
there.
right.
So, but a lot of people imagine that we that we go and hunt for our food,
Yeah,
steal, and
man.
we fetch water from the
American TV
river.
will
Like,
make you believe that you guys are still living in huts, and it's just like, man, it's
I think that's what
unbelievable.
I think that's what helps me contextualize things, because
Hmm.
I know no matter what happens out here in the West, I can go back home and live virtually the same quality of life that I'm living here.
What's your when is your timeline of moving back? You said you're gonna leave the UK and go back home. What,
LJ,
you got a timeline?
LJ, I don't know. That's why I'm having this conversation with you
Mm-hmm.
and other people that I trust, and that I think have the intellect to have the conversation with. I don't know. I should be back home right now. In my culture, I should have had a wife. I should have had children by now. So if I go back home right now, yes,
Mm-hmm.
I have a bit of money on me.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the land, I've got the house, I've got whatever. Back
Mm-hmm.
home, not in the West, back home. In the
Mm-hmm.
West, I rent. Put my hands up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a renter.
Me
Okay?
too. It's just
That
rent is an expense. It ain't a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. I
No.
mean, I'm not going to live outside,
Debt
you
slaves will make you seem like it's bad because they got a mortgage and you rent, but they don't know they're renting from the bank. That's all.
You
They
know
don't
what?
know that they're renting from the bank.
You know what? I wish them luck with their payments.
Mm-hmm. Payments.
But
Exactly.
all I'm saying is, like, I'm very glad that I could meet individuals, yes, from separate cultures, yes, from separate walks of life, but in as much as we're different, we have similarities. I'm very, very glad. And yeah,
Mhm. See, that's the
I
wonderful thing about the internet. Without the internet, there is no way I would have been able to meet you, Atticus. No way.
very true, very true. Actually, by the way, LJ, did I mention it this to you? I'm working on this. It's a long shot, but
Mhm.
I'm working on American citizenship.
Okay. Okay.
I want to have three: Kenya, the United Kingdom, and America. Funny story. My mother is an American citizen.
Oh wow.
She
Okay.
was not born in America. She was born
Uh-huh.
in Kenya,
Mhm.
but she is an American citizen. My sister's an American citizen. My elder sister.
Do they live here in
Uh,
America?
my sister does. My
Okay.
mother's in Kenya.
Gotcha. Okay.
We're internationalists.
Okay. No, I met throughout my career, I met quite a few Kenyan people throughout my career, my computer
What's
engineering career.
what's your opinion, general opinion? I know we're individuals and we come
Hmm.
from different walks of life,
Hmm.
different ethnic groups, but what's because you can have a general opinion depending on the people you meet and the number of them. Like people have an opinion about Indians or Chinese or British
You know,
or
me personally, I never looked at people that way. I just look
okay.
at each person as an individual. You know,
Uh huh.
but I find it impressive when I
Okay.
see another person come from another country
Hmm.
and start a new life. Don't you got to learn the cultures, the ways of another country, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
huge to me, man. It's like you move from Kenya to the UK. That's big, man. You don't know you barely know anybody there. You probably have a few family members,
So true.
but you got to learn the system. That's big, man. That's big to me.
Uh,
So
I,
so, so the
yeah.
Kenyans I met here, they was always nice. Like here in Seattle,
Mhm.
Kenyans, they create communities.
Ah, okay.
So like when you
Okay.
come here, there's a Kenyan community. It's clear. It's crystal clear that this is the Kenyan community.
How did they treat you?
How did the Kenyans treat us, or how are they treated?
No, how did they treat you?
I've always they've always treated me with respect. I mean, they clearly see that you clearly see that each of us is a different kind of black, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
That's
mm-hmm.
clearly, but again, I've never looked at it that way. But
Yeah, yeah.
they've never been rude to me or mean to me. But I've always talked to them like, if you're here, you're here in America, right? To me, I
Okay.
don't care if you have citizenship or not. I'm gonna treat you like you are an American here. No different. Respect their
It,
culture. They come
uh-huh.
here. They bring their Kenyan cultures here, and I just like, okay, I want to see what's the culture, what's the food. I just like to see it since I've never been to Kenya.
You know what? You'd be absolutely welcome, and you'd be shocked. You would absolutely be shocked. You'd be like, really? This is how you see me. This is how you treat me. I think it's
Because I
because
think the majority of them are
yeah.
treated differently here. And then when they come
Okay.
across an American that treats them just like a person, I could kind of see the little bit of shock, but like I'm not looking at them different or anything. It's just like, hello, hey, how you doing, man? Where you from? Blah, blah, blah. And then we just get along.
Well, I don't want to take any shots at anyone, but how do you perceive from your experience?
How do I perceive what?
Like I was just pretexting it, prefacing it by saying I don't want to take any shots at anyone, but how would you see a Kenyan like treating you to, let's say, a Ghanaian or a Nigerian or a South African? If you've ever met any one of them, I'm not sure.
I mean, again, I've never been
Okay.
so-called prejudiced, right?
No, no, no. Okay. No, no, no.
So I don't really I don't look at people as different. I just don't. I just look and see how they're going to treat me, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe they just had a hard time coming to America and treated, because I've seen Americans get upset when Kenyans come and create communities. They're like, oh my God, they're taking over the area and whatever. What do you mean taking over the area? What do you talk about taking? You mean they came over, bought property, and they did just like you can, but
Mhm.
they just decided to do it. They're not taking over anything. They just built a community. That's it.
But the thing is this, what I know about people from Kenya, as diverse as we are,
Mhm.
we don't hate people.
I
This
don't feel
thing,
that from the Kenyans I met either. I never felt that ever.
no, I mean, I'm not saying you can't have a problem with a Kenyan person,
Right. Right.
or they can't have a problem with you,
Correct.
type of thing.
Correct.
But I'm just talking in general. I think because it's our experience and our diversity back home.
Hmm.
Because there are loads of people. LJ, you should visit Kenya. If you're going to visit Africa, I suggest Kenya. And
Hmm.
not just because I'm Kenyan. It is the perfect introduction for someone who's never been on the continent. Some people say Nigeria, some people say Ghana, or even South Africa. In
Hmm.
fact, South Africa, if you do visit it, it
Hmm.
is the closest thing to the West,
Ah,
outside of the West, in Africa.
is that like where Sierra Leone? How do you pronounce that?
No, Sierra Leone is West Africa.
West Africa. Okay. Okay.
Yes, it's near Nigeria and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But if you visit Kenya,
Hmm.
you get to experience a different culture, but you'll have the same comforts as you do in the
Gotcha.
West.
Gotcha.
You understand? But
Yeah.
with South Africa, some people have said that it's a it's a little too much like the West.
Mm. Mm.
They call it Africa Light.
Africa light.
Yeah, like the drinks, like Coke Zero, no sugar
Right.
kind of thing.
Right.
But I'm
Africa
just
light. Okay.
yeah, but with Kenya, it's a very unique place because you will experience the the local culture, the
Hmm.
local feel, the atmosphere, everything.
Right.
But you have all the amenities to hand.
Of the West.
Yes. Oh, I'm telling you, I've got a washing machine back home, microwave, gas cooker. Everything's there. Internet, 24-hour unlimited internet. As long as I can pay for it, it's all
Right.
there.
Right.
Paved roads.
No, I remember one time I went to Mexico, Cancun, Mexico, right?
Okay.
And it looked so much like the United States. For a couple of times there, I forgot I was in Mexico.
Now, don't you think that takes away from the whole
It
experience?
does.
Because you
It
don't
does.
want to go somewhere else and it's the same thing as what
Correct.
you just left.
Correct.
You want to experience something a bit different.
And that's what I did when I went to Mexico. Again, I stayed in more of a mixed, a little bit of the West, but a little bit of but the majority of the local culture. That was the best experience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing. We're very friendly people. And you'll find that we're very friendly,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you say you're from America. And because we don't get a lot of African Americans
Mm.
visiting, the
Mm-hmm.
most Americans we see are like European Americans, and we don't
Gotcha.
have like a problem with them, kind of thing.
Right.
But if you're an African American and you pop up, people are really curious. They want to ask you questions, so be prepared for that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but
All right, man.
It's
Well, we're
good.
gonna wrap
Yeah,
this up, man. I am about to fall asleep. It's almost 11 here, man.
no
It's always a
problem.
good time talking to you, Atticus. I much appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Trust me, I really do. And next time you're having a live, hopefully it's a bit earlier. I'll join in.
Yeah, usually it's a little earlier, but today I had to do a couple things, so this was a late. Usually Q&A Sundays are never this late, so
Yeah, sometimes you have them at I think
more in
5
the
p.m.
afternoons. I have
my
more
time.
early afternoons. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's usually a bit earlier, but you started a bit late, and I was wondering what was going on. But
Yeah.
it's always good to hear it.
Yeah. All
I
right, sir.
appreciate you, LJ. I really do.
All right. Appreciate you too, man. Thank you very much for jumping on the panel. And
Anytime.
all right. Till next
Peace,
time.
SMD family. Peace to you, LJ.
All right.
Peace.
Good
Bye.
night. Yeah, good night to everyone. It's going on 11. I appreciate everybody that joined tonight for this late Q&A. Until next time, see you later.